Here we go.
You want to be like? Sensitivity equals fucking poverty.
Insensitive Culture, the podcast. Check it out, homie.
Everyone, welcome to episode 167 of Insensitive Culture. As always, you know me.
What's up, what?
You know my guy on the other end.
And that fool blazer, Ramon.
Always on the other end is... And we are...
Insensitive Culture, the podcast. Make sure you check it out, homie.
167, man. We're rounding that base. We're getting closer to 200, and things are changing. I'm happy for where we're headed, and yeah, way more to come. We need to get started on a lot of stuff, but life is crazy. Life is too crazy right now. I think we're all dealing with a lot of changes, and it's just like, you know what? Sorry for those of y'all that that keep hearing us saying, "Yo, we're starting this new thing on Twitch and stuff," and we haven't started it. We just have a lot going on in each of our lives, and I'm just happy that we still get this time together to drop one episode for y'all, and we're all still just having fun with it. So. You know, absolutely. You know what?
But don't worry,
clap it up for us.
Things are getting worked on.
Yeah, things are getting worked on.
Just not as fast as we want them to. If you want to work for Insensitive Culture, you know, want to be our intern and help us out, feel free to send a DM.
Facts.
Because we could absolutely use a little support as we try to blow this thing out.
Word. We're all. I can't even talk right now. We're open ears right now, just on how you would be able to help. How, you know, whatever it is, man. There's no, we won't turn down too many things as long as this it helps us move forward. But Dave, it was your birthday, homie. How did you spend that?
What did I do for my birthday? So on my actual birthday, I really didn't do anything because it was on a Wednesday. So it was just like I worked. I normally take the day off, but like it was weird taking off a random Wednesday and then just going back Thursday and Friday. So I just worked normally and I took off Friday. So I had sort of made the long weekend a little bit longer. I mean, I went out to dinner. And
nothing too crazy then, because I know this is your first birthday in Cali.
No, I mean on Friday actually. So when I took off the day, some mutual friends of ours, we all went to like this. It was like an arcade, but they had like, you know, crazy arcade. There was bowling, there was billiards, there was ping pong, like all in this, you know, room. And it has like skating place next door, like, you know, Horizon style, like rollerblading and shit, little rink and that type of thing.
What was that place in Rochester called? Jillian's?
Oh, yeah, back in the day, right?
Back in the day, it was Jillian's,
it was like
right?
it had
was
floors.
Like an arcade with a bowling alley and laser.
It's something like that, yeah. Jillian something. I want to say it was something, but yeah, Jillian's.
Yeah, so we went there and just day drinking and playing games and shit and just, you know, fucking around when I should have been working. And that was just kind of how I celebrated. And then I went out with Ash and, you know, we had a nice dinner in San Jose and I got a grill. So I'm going to be grilling now. I was thinking about a smoker, but there's, you know, I want to just do normal grill. Like I wanted to get like a green egg, like that style of smoker, but like, anytime you want to cook something up on that, you know, you got to start the coals and do the whole thing just to like grill a couple pieces of chicken or steak. And that's just a pain in the ass.
It's like a 7-hour process.
Yeah. So I got a propane grill, a couple burners on it, steaks and shit, shrimp.
Grill Master Dandrews.
Fuck yeah. Put it down.
Nice.
It was a good time.
Come and visit.
First birthday was a success. I got you, son. You just got to get your ass out here.
I know.
Got mad steak. That's the easy part.
That's what's up, though, man. It's good to see that you had a good birthday out there. Because, I know how you was doing that probably normally. You know, you visit family and all that stuff. So that's what's up.
That was tough. That was a little tougher to be. But, like, my mom sent me a bunch of stuff that I asked her for. I asked her for actually, she's like, what do you want? Like she wanted to send me a gift card to like go to eat out here. And I was like, I need you to go to Wegmans and I need you to get me these things and I need you to ship them to me, please. And like, that's all I want. Just send me these things. And it was just a bunch of like Italians, like their Alfredo and their pesto. Like there's a whole bunch of shit that, you know, they just, you could try to imitate out here, but it's all trash. Just those few things that I needed. And man, I've been cooking with them and living.
Yeah, that Wegmans basting oil is some shit you can't live without.
That's what I'm like. Things like that, dude, that you just take for granted. And then you're fucking shopping it.
For those that don't know.
Yeah, for those of you
get your ass to a Wegmans.
For those of you who don't know, we're all from Rochester, New York, and the food here, like people just don't understand like how good the food is in Rochester, right? You could say it's like high crime, you could say everything bad you want about Rochester, but we have some good ass food, and there's just a lot of things that the second you leave this place, like even going to Buffalo, New York City, like whatever, unless there is a Wegmans, like you are just not, you're not gonna get these things, you know. So, yeah. So I feel you. I mean,
that was one of the best birthday gifts that I could have gotten. Was that shit
believe
that I've
it.
been thinking about for months. Lame, so lame.
Word. Just meat
No,
sauce.
that tracks.
Pause.
I used to do the same thing for a long time. When we first moved to the city, I would always ask whenever anyone came down to visit her. It was like, do you need anything? Yeah, bring this, this, and this, and this from Wegmans. Like, it's the only place that I can get it, and I need it.
Yep.
And then now, there's a Wegmans like 30 minutes from me or whatever. But
I drive
they
it
do
Worth the
Instacart.
trip.
a couple times a month. Like I would make the
They'll
trip out
Instacart
there
it
for sure.
here.
Yeah, that too.
It's on the other side of the state line, but somehow they still fuck with me. So, yeah, I just order Instacart like once every 2 months or so from there and get my Wegmans fixed. They'll even I ordered a Danny's favorite once. I thought it was gonna be like a Danny's favorite fresh from the.
It was like
the
the
deli
packaged
shop.
one that they just.
It was
like,
it was one of the ones
that
in the
sucks.
in the $5 pre-plastic thing, and I was like,
Yeah,
not the
I would
same.
have been pissed.
Yeah, I was. I mean, it was still that Wegmans bread, but yeah, it wasn't. It was
No.
just not the same.
Been sitting.
Those people that get those when you can have them make a fresh sub for you.
Yeah.
Like if you're grabbing the prepackaged shit, bro, you're a fucking psycho.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
You are wishing death upon yourself.
Yeah, that's almost as
reason.
crazy as Dave pouring milk first with his cereal.
Almost.
You got me.
Almost. Almost. Oh man. All right. Y'all do anything for Memorial Day weekend?
Nothing crazy. I had family over. My nephew graduated.
Nice.
Shout out
Nice.
to Papo. Papo was on the podcast one time, so shout out to Papo.
Nice.
He graduated high school. It was a little prep school, so I got to see what a prep school is actually like. Drove up there and saw all these ridiculously wealthy people talk about their $72,000 a year high school.
Damn.
Yeah.
Just for high school, so that
crazy.
shit's free.
For
Right
high
down the
school,
street,
bro.
just go to this place.
Exactly.
It's
bro.
crazy, son. That's
I'm like,
crazy.
yo, this is wild. Even the kids themselves are all like, this is a little too crazy for high school.
Then you got to pay for college after that, and they're not going to fucking community
Word.
college.
No, hell no. No, they're all going to private schools, and some of them going to really expensive ones. So, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It was. I mean, they're all a majority of them. I mean, let's say, I would probably say like 95% of them come from wealthy families.
Sure.
Wealthy to us, let's say. Very well off, and maybe 60% of them were from like ultra wealthy families. Like some of his boys, he was telling me like their dads are worth like $15 billion. So like, my nephew, like
Jeez.
he comes from like, he's got money. Like his dad runs a business. They got multiple pizzerias and shit. Like they got money and shit. Right. So he always grew up like very well off, He had anything he ever wanted, live in a big house, all that shit. Right. And then he goes to this place and he's like, yo, we broke. Yo, these people got real money. He goes and visits his friends in their houses and their family's houses and shit. And he's like, yo, you don't understand. You don't understand how much money these people have. Like one of his boys, he was telling me, went to visit. His dad he owns like multiple like buildings in Manhattan.
Oh shit!
And their house was a 10 floor penthouse across the street from the Met.
10-floor penthouse
across from the Met.
Across the street from the Met. So you're on Fifth Avenue, and you own 10 floors in a building.
Nice.
That's
goals.
Bananas. You're basically, to have 10 floors in a building, you basically have your own private elevator. Like you're not even taking the elevator with everyone else and hitting the PH button. You are going to an elevator that only has like 64 through 84 on the pad.
Elevator.
Yeah, and with a special key card access or some shit. Yeah, so, and that's just one of the kids he was telling me about, like uber amounts of money being run through there, and a lot of them also international. Like not everyone's an American, so a lot of like, especially Chinese. There was a lot of Chinese, nationals that were there. There was Australians, and just people from all over the world send their kids to America for high school. So I guess so that they can go to an American college easier. I don't know. They just got money.
Yeah.
They just got money.
Okay.
That's crazy. But yeah, that's what I did this weekend. Hung out with family and
Rich ass folks.
Saw a high school graduation.
How many of those kids ever got off that penthouse elevator and it opens up and they see a woman on a piano fucking herself with a Corona bottle?
Only
Not
this one right here.
Just this guy. Oh, to be 17
You
again.
never know though. 10 floors.
You never know though. No, I know. I was just fucking around. I was just fucking around. Those when their parents are away, they, you know what I mean? They're still teenagers. So
yeah, word.
Word.
Snow bunnies for real.
Oh yeah, for sure. I didn't do much. Hung out with friends and family. Hit up Chunk, our good friend Chunk. We
Nice.
went up to his house, checked out his new pad, nice big yard and stuff. So the kids had a blast playing with the other kids. And other than that, just had like a quick little, like on actual Memorial Day, ate at my girl's parents' house, had some burgers and stuff and, visited her sister, jumped in the pool, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy, very chill. We never really have plans, but it was a good time.
I kind of feel like that's how Memorial Day should be, though. It should be like, barbecue action, get together, but also like not like not a rager. Like 4th of July could be a rager. But Memorial Day, I mean, thinking about what the holiday is really celebrating and honoring fallen soldiers, right? Like, you probably shouldn't be throwing ragers. Yeah, even though I'm sure they were out there.
Yeah, every vet that I've seen, they get upset that people on Memorial Day tell them,
Happy Memorial Day.
Well, not Happy Memorial Day, but just like, thank you for your service.
Oh yeah,
and things of that sort, because it's like, because they always say like Veterans Day is the day to to thank us veterans, but Memorial Day is to honor those who lost, and and I think about my friends on those days. It's not a happy day, kind of thing. So, but still, we always celebrate it because it's a day off.
It's a day off of work.
It feels like it's almost like a mini 4th of July, even though that's
right.
It
not
feels
what it
that way,
is.
yeah, because
It's
you
like
are kind of like celebrating America.
Yeah, that has that feel to it for sure. Like in a good way, in a respectful, patriotic way.
Yeah, it's only going to be a matter of time. I say, especially the way people are now, I say less than 5 years where people treat Juneteenth the same exact way.
Okay.
Oh, bro.
I never get that off.
my girl already has like her, her employees asking like, do we get Juneteenth off? Oh my God, we should. I can't believe we don't get Juneteenth
normally
off. What kind of company is this?
What kind of company? I'm gonna try that shit.
Well, then again, I've worked for startups and like Apple and stuff, so we normally the company gets Juneteenth off, but we'll jump into how you spent yours, Dave. But did y'all see that Juneteenth billboard poster? I forgot where it was. I think it was in Illinois, where it was like celebrating Juneteenth with a white couple on the poster.
No, I didn't
Yeah, and people are sharing it like fuck, like
Oh, that's great.
already. So then and the people who actually planned it that was the surprising part. They were black folks who were head of the committee and decided to do this. And their thought was, because like we want to be inclusive the same way others aren't inclusive, that we thought this. And it's just like,
I guess.
But this is your
guess,
day.
but
this
yeah,
is not,
like
you don't have to include us in this. We're okay.
well, give it like at least a decade of this being like an official thing before we start to think of ways to include everyone else, just kind of take the win as we got it. But it was just funny to see. It's like Juneteenth celebration, and then it's just two white people on the fucking banner.
Here we
What
go.
were they doing?
I got it.
What were
I got
they
it right here.
They're just like, it looks like a fucking
Hey.
Yeah, it looks
medicine
Let's
commercial. Like they have eczema,
totally
Right.
stock
and
photos.
they have
it's a
the
Valtrex
eczema.
commercial, and then
Yeah,
just
yeah.
slap the Juneteenth
Valtrex
logo on it.
commercial.
Juneteenth.
And just slap the Juneteenth logo on it.
That's tough.
That's disgusting. All right, how'd you spend your Memorial Day weekend?
I didn't really do a whole bunch. We just grilled some steaks, or didn't grill some steaks. I actually had to cook them in the pan because I didn't have a grill yet. So made some steaks and some dinner. Just bomb dinner, relaxed, played with Cliff, and then we went to the park.
Nice.
I ran. I've been trying to run and exercise and just try to treat it like a not crazy day. Very respectful Memorial Day.
Look at you.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at you. It's kind of gay.
Whoa. Pause. Pause.
Nah, I'm fucking with you.
Wish I had a soundboard
that's
here. I
what's
got
up.
nothing, dude. That would have been fucking perfect for something.
Yeah.
Hey, yo.
Not big facts.
No. I'm just messing with you. I had to throw in there. So, start thinking now, since you got the grill and everything, on how you're going to celebrate your Juneteenth. And, you got a nice heads up.
I'm just going to make some burgers and some dogs. It's going to be regular fare on Juneteenth. Nothing.
A regular fare.
Regular fare. Standard
I hear
American
ya.
cuisine.
Oh, man. Now you got to have some soul food. Just thinking about it is making my mouth water.
Why are you gay?
Don't do that again. That was too funny.
Oh, that's a good drop. All right. On that note, let's get into some icebreaker questions.
All right, first question. Why are you gay? It's not the first question. Okay, I saw this. I think it was on Twitter. This picture came up, and it was one of those things where, it has a few different colored pills, and each of them do a specific thing. If you take that pill,
Sure.
you have to choose one of these pills, guys. Be rich, bring someone dead back, never feel pain, never catch a disease. I'll recap. Be rich, bring someone dead back, never feel pain, never catch a disease.
Never catch a disease. I
That's tough.
don't know.
I know.
That's a tough one.
It'd be nice to bring someone dead back, but I don't know. That just seems kind of wrong.
Yeah, I mean, in all of these, I mean, I haven't lost anyone. Like, I've lost some close people, but I'm sure I would feel differently if I lost like someone like really, really close, like, you know, one of my parents or something.
Right.
But as of right now, I feel like if I was rich, like even if I got an illness, I'll have a good chance to
To beat it?
to beat it or you know, something like that. I mean, never feel pain. I'm too cautious, man. I don't put myself in situations where I'm just like gonna snap something or like.
But if you never felt pain,
You could.
You might.
You could go be an
probably
MMA
would not.
fighter, be a boxer,
Dangerous.
bar fights.
I mean, it didn't say that you wouldn't
MMA
still
fighter.
go through the like you still wouldn't snap a bone or some shit like that. You just wouldn't feel it. Didn't say you'd be indestructible.
I mean, still,
No, right.
Yeah, so I'm
still be
definitely
nice.
not pushing the limits. Yeah, it'd be nice, but I would have to say be rich. Because and then you know, if I can't beat that sickness or anything, then at least I have shit to pass on.
you'll pass on all right.
Right. I'll pass on to my kids. Like, you know, those are the main stressors in life. You know, for me at least. I know
You're
not a
saying
lot
Johnny
of people
doesn't
feel
care
that,
about
but
his kid? Is that what you're saying?
that's not what I said at all.
Watch
Sounds
it,
like
mister.
it.
That's
Sounds
exactly
like
what
it.
it sounded like. It's like some
No,
of
I'll
us
take-
like to take care of our kids.
No,
Sounded
no,
like there
no,
was some
no,
shade
no.
in there.
I'm saying that's the biggest stresses in my life is money. So
No,
I'd
that's
have
facts.
to take the be rich.
That's all of our lives, dog.
I know.
All chasing that bread.
Right.
Johnny, which pill you taking?
So
I know there's going to be
I want to
follow-up
say
questions.
the bring someone back,
Okay.
but not from the dead. If that.
From where?
I think I know what you're
Another
saying.
country?
So I would basically, if I could bring my mom back from her stupor. So, you know, my mom bedridden with dementia. Basically, I mean, besides having a pulse and breathing, I mean, there's not much life there, right? And there's very little quality of life.
Yeah.
So if I could bring that back, 100%.
that makes
If
sense.
that
makes a
pill
lot of
takes,
sense.
that's what I would take. If that
Absolutely.
didn't count for some reason, like there was a strict ass rule on this pill, sorry, the person has to be buried in the ground
I'll
or
allow
have been
it.
burned.
Nah.
Then I guess I would probably also do the be rich. I don't know, only because like I don't really get sick like that.
Yeah.
Like I knock on wood, I've been pretty good as far as. I mean, obviously you'd always be susceptible to something. I did catch COVID, right? I'm not like immune or anything
Right.
to all things. But
You can still get
luckily, by the
viruses.
time I caught
This is
COVID.
just diseases.
Oh, okay. Well, in
Yeah.
that case,
Oh, so you could just be raw dogging bitches?
yeah.
Yeah, it's not
Nah.
going to save you.
That's
it's like,
it?
I took the disease pill. And they're like, no, bitch, you got AIDS. You done so.
That's a disease, though, isn't it?
No, that's a virus.
No.
The AIDS virus. What are you talking about that's not a virus?
Yeah,
Oh,
but
yes,
I still
you're
think
right.
that.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
For some reason, I was trying to think what AIDS stood for, and I thought for the D was disease. No, it's deficiency. Yes. No. AIDS would still fucking.
AIDS is still in play, guys. AIDS is still
and
in play.
the pain thing. I mean, it's interesting, but yeah, I guess like I rarely put myself in situations where I
But like, even
feel
like
pain.
getting older, though, there's going to be pains. There's going to
Yeah,
be.
that's
we're,
true.
We're getting up there. You're, what if say you?
Oh,
you
I
know, you
have-
hurt, you tweak something.
I have pains now. Like
That's what I'm saying. You could alleviate
I'm
those.
turning 40 this year. I have like
But I
this.
could alleviate those with money too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like if I had money, I'd probably be going to the doctor more often, and I'd probably be like, you know what, I'm gonna see a chiropractor for this, And I'm really gonna dig into this this feeling that I'm having, like this pain in my foot that I'm having.
Yeah.
Like I'm really
And
gonna
also like
podiatrist.
Not that I would like care either way, but am I 6 pizzerias rich or am I 10-floor penthouse rich? Like there's a little delineation.
You
there.
have 3 pizzerias, a burger chain, and one of those coffee shack kiosks that are in the middle of the parking lot.
All right.
I would say a few pizzerias is rich.
Yeah.
10-floor penthouse in New York City on 5th Avenue is wealthy. So
Okay.
it didn't say wealthy.
You're right. And again, I'd be very happy with the 3 pizzeria rich.
Facts.
Don't get me wrong.
Facts. I'd be good with that. If that money just popped into my account the second I drank that pill, I'd be one excited motherfucker.
Oh no, these go in your ass. These aren't.
Ooh.
You don't swallow these. I never said swallow.
So
these
then
pills.
I'd be
They're
doubly
suppositories.
excited.
Just gotta cram it.
I'd be okay.
You gotta push it in there.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'd be doubly excited. And then they're like, "Gotcha! Ain't no pill like that, bitch. What the fuck's wrong with you? You got a pill in your ass, and you're just. What do you do at that point?
Well, at least you're singly excited.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
Then you'll have an answer to that question. Why are you gay?
Why are you? Because I thought this pill would make me rich.
And it didn't.
It didn't. You know, I'm gonna go never catch a disease pill.
You're gonna go on the what? The no
The
disease?
disease?
Yeah, no disease pill. Just to,
Okay.
I feel like that.
What
knocks
diseases are you
cancer
scared
off.
of?
Just cancer. I don't want to get some
Okay.
type of cancer. Just
guess.
not that I would go like I wouldn't
That's
start.
a very fair answer.
I wouldn't start smoking again or anything, but like it'd be nice to be like, yeah, I'm good. I can't. Like I'm not gonna be that 1 in 3.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah, no, that's very fair. Cancer is a disease.
Yeah. Look at Steve Jobs. He was rich as a motherfucker.
Didn't beat that.
And meet that. And I don't think he even passed it on to his kids. He was a dick about it.
No, I mean, yeah, he was a very big dick to the kid that he had. So
The monies? No, I think they got monies.
Did they?
I don't know.
The
Well, he only
legitimate,
had
the legitimate children.
the legitimate ones, yeah. I don't know about
Poor Lisa.
Lisa, yeah. She just got a failed computer named after her.
Yeah, that computer was whack. Both of them. Both of them.
yeah, if I could leave some money to my kids, I'm whatever.
That's word.
Like it's fine.
I would. You always see that shit. We talked about that before. The celebrities just like, nah, they can get their own money. I'm gonna give this
Yeah.
away. Fuck them. I just saw somebody else. I just saw said that recently, and I was just like, fuck you. What a dickhead. I don't remember who it was.
Yeah, I've gone through it enough. Like a lot of those people, I don't know. I don't know what their thought process is. Like I had to get it from the mud, so do they. It's like you really don't love your kid then, man. It's like, you know, like I understand the BS when the kids like squander it and they become like drug addicts and shit like that. Like I understand like all of that logic, but if your kids are like good kids and you make sure they have a good education, you do everything that you can to make sure that they're good, and you can actually tell when someone is going to be a fuck up at a pretty young age. Sure. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then you can possibly cut them off and be like, all right, well, we gotta figure this shit out. But still, like even then.
I'm trying to think who it was. It's gonna bug me.
I was actually talking with wifey about that yesterday. Matter of fact, yeah, as we were walking around on Memorial Day, where we were talking about just some friends of ours, and you know they got some situation where you know when their grandparent passes away, they're gonna pretty much have access to some lake houses and stuff. And so you know, my girl was like, "Wow, so they come from a pretty well-off family. I didn't realize." And I was like, "Yeah, you know." And we started talking about a couple of friends of ours that you know we were trying to compare like their situations, and if I was that, you know, that celebrity wealthy, or even Bill Gates wealthy, you know, type person, right? In the situation, like. The leaving money behind. So the situation with the friends that we know, right? Because I was like, yeah, like they do come from well-off families, but they're not well off. Mm-hmm. But when their grandparent dies and then their parents die or whatever, then they will be. So they still have to bust their ass and work, because from now until their parents die, they're not getting no money. Like they're not being taken care of, right? So you still gotta put that work in. That's the kind of situation that I think I would set up, where it's like, you know, you're still gonna learn the value of work, because you still have to earn your money. But there's a big ass bonus waiting for you once you get to the, you know, that finish line. And hopefully I, you know, live to 126 or whatever, and you don't get that for a long time. But
they probably won't even get that. They'll die before that, dude. Like, what are the odds that everyone lives to 120 something? So
if I live
keep
to
all that
126, then my kids are gonna live to 156.
You don't know that. That's crazy.
Well, I mean, assuming they don't get hit by buses or something, you know, or catch one of one terrible diseases.
I was going to say, they don't have the disease
to.
pills, so you can't write that shit off. 126. That logic, though, like that scenario that you gave, like when the grandparents die and the parents die, like by the time they get that money, like if they haven't made something for themselves, that's going to be a fuck ton of money that's just changing their lives then. Or they're going to be too old to like really enjoy it. Like if, you know, your grandparents and your parents got to die, like I'd want my kids to get it a little earlier.
And I just had a kid, right? So like, to be fair, like my kid will be pretty young when I'm 126. They'll be young enough to enjoy.
Still spry.
Yeah. And obviously, you know, like just because I'm not leaving them everything, like what I'm saying is the idea of like setting up a trust fund, and then like when you turn 18 you get access to millions or billions of dollars. I think that's a little dumb. Like that's not a well thought out plan.
Yeah,
but
that's not
about like 30 like once they're 30, if they, you know, if they're not in prison, if they don't have a record, give them some money like that. I think that's
terrible.
Nice. That'd be helpful.
That's not terrible,
sure.
but I still probably wouldn't give them like access to everything.
No, just a little something to hold them over till you die, at least.
Just a couple million.
Make something, to turn into something themselves. Yeah, absolutely. Start a business, grow it. You won't need our money.
Yeah. That's the idea.
Yeah.
Second question. We ready? We all answered, right? We're good. We took the pill. Rich, no
good.
disease. All right. Guys, what is your favorite thing to do after
Sleep.
You're one of those roll over and go to sleep. I always saw that in the movies and on TV, and I'm like, I'm not that tired after sex where I just need to pass the fuck out. Like, you really be going hard, huh, son? You be
hard in the paint.
I mean, it's not even that. It's like right, like these days we get it in if the kids like fall asleep. Okay. Like there's a lot, right?
So it's like right before bed. I mean, yeah, if you're normally about to do it right before bed, I could feel that.
That's pretty much, that's pretty much the time that we have, of course. So like, of course, if it's on a rare occurrence that it's during the day or some shit,
right.
It's like
lunchtime, be like, all right, babe, I'm gonna pass out real quick. We just bang.
Nah, it wouldn't be sleep. I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. Shower or some shit. Like, but it definitely, like right now, since that's the major occurrence, like when that happens, I'm sleeping, son.
Just passing right out. Yes, I think I'm kind of hyped, son. Like I'm on that sex high after that, especially if it's, you know, some good sex and you just bust real. You're just like, oh shit, like I'm awake at that point. Like I might get tired, you know, maybe in like 20-30 minutes, but initially I'm on that high. That dopamine is still hitting, and you know, life is good. Ideally, I could just go eat something, like go out to dinner. Like if we can get it in like pre-dinner, like you're about to go out, but you can get it in beforehand, before dinner.
I know there's no kids.
There's no kids. There's no nothing like that. So it's doable. But I'm saying like a pre-dinner smash, and then like you go to fucking get a steak somewhere, and you just drink a beer with dinner. I
just imagine, right? Y'all get done. Y'all get done. Your girl is probably just like relaxes, turns over, and all she hears is the PS5 turning on.
Honestly, if it is the PS5 turning on, it's because I need to use the MLB app to watch the Yankees, and it's only on my PS5. So that's very possible that she could hear that. But I'll hang for a couple minutes. I'm not just gonna hop right out, like, you know, throw the money on the dresser. But yeah, there'll be some PS5 beeps. What of it? What do you? I do what the fuck I want.
You gotta do the I love you cuddling afterward, right?
Only on special occasions.
Fingers on the skin.
Anniversaries, birthdays, Memorial Day.
Sure. And then beep. I got you.
Yes, sir. You wish you heard that PS5 beep. Don't play.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
One day. Johnny, you're quiet over there. What do you do? I mean, just think. What do you do? I mean, do you go right to bed? Do you just pass? Are you tired? What don't you do?
It depends when we get it in.
That's really what it comes down to.
Because
that varies. Like that time can vary.
Well, yeah. I mean, sometimes it's at night. Sometimes it's literally the middle of the night. Sometimes it's early morning. Sometimes it's the middle of the day.
Damn.
Right.
That's a wide spectrum. It sounds like Walk was really just getting it in at night.
Bedtime. It makes sense because his kids are older, so they're pretty much.
And they sleep hard too.
Around.
Like once you get older like that, you sleep pretty good, pretty deep.
And I got a nanny situation, so there's been a couple times where the nanny comes in and is like, yo, the nanny got the baby, we all alone, trying to get it in at 11 o'clock, get a little nooner.
And the nanny just hears you smashing all the time. She's like, oh.
That's her problem.
That's why you tip her a little bit extra. Give her some AirPods. But he's in, sweetheart. It's gonna get crazy.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what happens. So what happens after? I mean, honestly, often, if it's not like late at night or in the middle of the night, if it's any like midday action,
it's got to be a shower, some shit.
It's usually just like. I'm trying to really think. Like it's just
damn,
it doesn't happen enough.
Planning to do. So I'm
just. You just go on with your day. Like you don't. There's nothing special. It's just
I'm just gonna say
another day for Johnny.
Let's just say smoke a L. Yeah.
Smoke a L. I like that.
Yeah, I've done that enough times where I'll be done and then it's like, all right, well that's over, and then I'll just come upstairs and be like, all right, time to smoke a blunt. Chill.
Sounds like a Lil Wayne mixtape. Just roll over and it's.
Were you guys cigarette smokers? Either of you?
Cigarette smoker? Nah.
No.
Anytime I've smoked a cigarette was because I was out drunk.
Yep.
And
same.
Yeah.
I had quit smoking weed. Yeah, somebody else smoking. Let me get that deuce. Let me get that bust down.
Let me get that buzz down.
And yeah, never bought my own pack. Just bumming a cigarette off of somebody. And then
probably bought like 3 packs of cigarettes in my entire life.
I always get to that point where I would try it and be like, yo, like I might get into cigarettes, and then I'll smoke a few times after drinking and shit, and then one day I'm just. Oh, this is fucking disgusting, and never really pick up the habit.
Yeah, I say 3 times. At least one of them was in high school. One was probably sometime in the middle of that, and one of them was like a, skinny European cigarettes that I bought in Europe because we were traveling, and my girl wanted to smoke a cigarette. So.
That's fair.
Yeah.
These are the three times that you smoked cigarettes?
Those are the 3 cigarette packs that I can recall.
Oh, okay. Purchasing.
Off the top of my head. I'm sure maybe there's a 4th one, but yeah, cigarette smoke, it's never been a high.
My girl was a cigarette smoker. And I was, and then every, the 2 times she got pregnant, obviously she would stop. After having Xander, once she stopped breastfeeding Xander, she would, she picked it up again because she says she still loves the smoking, but she doesn't like the smell, like just smelling like cigarettes and shit like that. Like I never really smelled it unless she came, she would go outside and smoke. Never smoked in the house, obviously. Even when we didn't have kids, she would just go outside, smoke her cigarette, and that was her thing. But even with that, she just didn't like that smell. And that's the only thing that deters her from smoking again. But she's still like, I still enjoy it. Like, but no, I'm not gonna pick up that habit this time.
I'll be honest. I've always hated the cigarette taste on a girl when I made out with her.
No, it's not.
I was like, ooh.
Yeah. I hate the
And
smell.
then when I smoke the L and then I make out with my girl, I'm like, is it the
tastes like
same?
tobacco.
Do I feel bad? I feel bad for her. She's making out with an ashtray. She doesn't want to do this.
No, my girl would smoke her cigarette, go straight upstairs and brush her teeth every time. Like
That's a lot of
she's very I mean, but that's just how she went about it. She liked her shit, but she also knew the annoyance, the annoying things that cigarettes, cigarette smokers have.
I only asked about cigarettes just because they're bomb after sex. If you're a cigarette
That's
smoker,
what people say.
I know
what the
that you
movies
see that.
say.
Like it's not just a stereotype in movies. Like that would 100% be first thing I would do. Just grab a cigarette and be like, oh shit. It's kind of like an L, similar feeling, relief, but like actual physical relief from the nicotine. Like, crazy.
What was funny is my girl would definitely be smoking cigarettes, and then she'll be giving me shit about vaping.
Oh, that's crazy.
That's wild.
Yeah,
Doesn't
she's
smell
just
it,
like, oh, they give because she's a nurse, so she's like, it gives you popcorn lung and all that shit. And I'm just like,
it gives you
smoke
cancer
cigarettes,
lung.
yo.
Cancer lung, yeah.
Yeah, like you smoke cigarettes, like you can't really give me too
dead
much
lung.
shit about that.
You have no
Gives
ground.
you one lung.
There's
Word.
no ground to stand on.
No, and now it is worse. Like when I was vaping, I was doing like the lowest 3 milligrams of nicotine. Now everyone's on hides and all that shit, and the amount of people that are just like, I mean, I'm vaping on one of these, and do you know how good like it helped me quit cigarettes? And I'm like, yeah, I mean, you get rid of the tar and all that other shit, the carcinogens that are in cigarettes.
Still bad.
But a full pack of cigarettes ranges between about 20 to 30 milligrams of nicotine for a pack. And those Elf bars, I think that's what you just waved around.
Sure was.
That shit is 50 milligrams of nicotine
50
for one.
milligrams, yes sir.
But it is still better because you do 50 milligrams. That shit probably lasts you like
a couple weeks.
Gotta last longer than
honestly.
couple
it
weeks.
lasts,
Yeah. So people are going through cigarette packs a day.
Oh,
so
yeah.
It is a little bit better, but that
but
shit
not
is
much.
rough.
I still one day I do want to stop, but I still just continue to tell myself it's better than cigarettes for now.
At your high end, how much cigarettes were you smoking per day?
Honestly, I really wasn't a heavy cigarette smoker. Like half a pack a day.
Okay.
Not crazy. I mean, compared to most, a lot of my friends and shit were just constant, lighting up a cigarette as they put one out. Yeah. But I wasn't like that. And towards the end, it was like 1 a.m. and 1 p.m. And then I was like, all right.
Yeah. So if
I'm gonna stop.
If that shit is lasting you a couple of weeks, then it's definitely better than smoking, a pack every 2 days.
For sure.
All right. So.
It's a good health lesson. Good health lesson.
Very serious
all the shit we pick up.
For sure.
All the shit that we pick up in
Warnings.
our experiences here in life.
All right, so Johnny's smoking an L, Walk's sleeping, and I'm playing PS5 or eating a steak. that was where we.
He's just like, I go grub.
I like it.
And you only eat once a day, so it seems like you're getting it in just before dinner.
Got to. That's how I stay fit. It's part of my exercise.
I get you. Yeah, that and running, apparently.
Hey, gotta do what you gotta do. I'm gonna
Fucks with it.
Just turned 37. God damn it! I remember being a kid and thinking that people that were 21 were fucking elderly. Terrible. I'm so old. We're all old. It's not just me.
Jogging and sex. That's not a bad regimen.
No. It's called that's the Henry Cavill formula. That's all he does. I don't know. He said that somewhere in an interview. That's a lot of his exercise. Just fucking.
Yeah, nice. I like it.
Good for him. Good for him.
Love it.
Yeah.
All right, last question. It's a would you rather.
Oh,
Gentlemen, would you rather fight a gorilla once a week, knowing you'll survive, but you don't know when it's going to attack, or every thought that pops into your head becomes true?
I would take my chances with the gorilla.
I would take my chance. Yeah, I mean, why is that though? I assume that I know why that is, but let's hear it.
Even though like every thought that pops into your head becomes true, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I have to force the good thoughts into my head. You know what I mean? Like that's a whole lot of thing with that's with me, where it's like if I think a negative thought, I try to push a positive thought in its place. And
Word.
Obviously mental health is a real thing, so I can't say that I think positively 100% of the time.
Nobody can. That's insane.
Right, correct, right. And even if it's a majority of the time, if everything you think comes true,
It could be dope.
it could be dope,
But it could also
the
be
bad
very,
things could
very,
be
very
very
bad.
shitty. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I think of some wild, random things that would be very shitty, and I don't need those things coming true.
No.
So I would take my chance. If I know I'm gonna survive, I would take my chance. Just like, being on the shitter and a gorilla popping out of nowhere, just trying to fight me, son.
A gorilla just
It's
came
like-
in frame right now and just started bashing your shit because
Yeah,
you're
it's just
fucking, it's
like
that
we're
time.
just
It's
fighting.
while you're recording. It don't matter.
We're fighting like Peter Griffin and the chickens.
That'd be
son. We're
crazy.
just-
I would just watch it unfold. I'd be like, yo, this is wild right now.
Yeah,
that would
it'd
go
be
viral,
recorded.
100%.
It would make probably a majority of our episodes every
Bro.
Tuesdays. Just randomly, a gorilla just comes and tries to fight me, son.
I would just dress up in a gorilla suit at that point and just beat your ass for the
every
views.
day it is.
No, every week. It's every week.
Every week.
Yeah. Daily would be tough. I mean, obviously, I would go for the same
weekly
thing.
would be tough too.
I mean, yeah, not as
it's
tough
all
as
tough.
daily. I mean, 1 times versus
Agreed.
7. That's all. That's all I was saying.
You don't know when it's gonna happen. It just randomly pops up in the most
Yeah.
random time.
I'm going gorilla, 100%. I think
Word.
I think too much pessimistic shit, like just stupidly, like girl's gonna go to the store. I'm like, oh my god, what if she got into a crazy accident or so, like something
Yeah,
happened
dumb
to her,
shit
and
like
then it
that,
fucking
you
does
know?
because you thought about it. Like I worry too much about people and shit. Like I would
Shit
be
like
putting
that,
the
yeah.
bad thoughts out there. Everyone would be dead. Like the world wouldn't even exist. It would be bad. So yeah, gorilla fights. Maybe we all team up. We stick together. Then it's us versus 3 gorillas if they attack at the same time. Damn. Yeah.
I don't want to fight a gorilla.
Yeah, you don't want to have everything you think come true either.
I don't think that. I don't think I want that. No.
No, yeah, you don't.
And I think it's it's exactly what Dave said, is like there's usually like every situation I somehow think of like how it can go bad.
It's a possibility
But
that
it's
this
like,
will happen.
It's like one of those things where I'm planning for the worst so that I can be prepared.
Like an active shooter. You're out at a restaurant or something. You're looking for the exits. You're like, if I need to get the fuck out of
just
here.
in case.
All of a sudden,
Something
pop,
that it-
pop, pop.
Yeah.
Bro, something as
I don't
simple
want that to
as
happen.
But you thought it. Too bad.
Exactly.
Duck, bitch.
but something like I think I've told the story on here. When I went to Muir Woods in San Fran, you have to drive down this road that's off, like literally, like you can't see the bottom of the edge of this mountain.
yeah.
There's no guardrails. There's nothing, right? And my thought is, what if a tire pops and it just veers to the left, like, and we're not in control and
Done.
it doesn't stop in time? We're dead. right? Just thinking that, like,
Yeah.
holy shit.
Yep. There goes
And it
Wok.
comes true.
Yeah, that
Never made it back from training.
Nope.
Poor guy.
Like, that would be rough. Especially when it comes to shit like that. Like, I get vertigo when it comes to anything with heights, and I think of all the negative shit that comes with something like that. So, like, even if everything is like you're optimistic about the shit you do in life, but some shit like
you can't
that,
be that optimistic.
yeah,
Nobody.
right.
right.
It would, yeah, you would just be fucked. I would be fucked.
Word.
So I can't do that. I would have to fight a gorilla every week.
You'll live, but you know, if you took that pain pill, wouldn't be that big of a deal, would it?
Now we're mixing and matching questions here. Yeah,
It's all
I
in the
guess
same
if I was
universe.
fighting,
These are all in the same IC universe.
if I was fighting a fucking gorilla once a week, then yes, I would absolutely take the pain pill.
there you go. Then you'd be good.
Word.
But I don't know. That would be kind of scary, right? If you didn't,
Well, you don't feel pain, you don't know
and
if
you
your shit's
fought a
broke or
gorilla,
what.
you would absolutely die.
No, you don't die.
keep
That's part of
going
the
in.
thing. You don't. You know you'll survive. You're not gonna die.
Yeah, it says
in the
you know
gorilla
you're
fight.
gonna survive.
That's specifically stated in the. Yeah. So you're good.
You
You're not
fight a
gonna
gorilla
die.
and you know you're
Then,
not.
yeah.
Yeah.
Then there you go.
Right.
That would work.
Stupidest fucking questions.
You'd be beat the fuck up. Everything
Oh,
is
yeah.
swollen in your face.
Just
You're
when you
like,
heal
yeah,
up,
I'm
just
good.
when you heal out, this motherfucker jumps up swinging out the fucking bushes and beats your ass again, dog. But it's okay. 'Cause you're not killing
Yeah,
everybody
it's
with
all
your
right.
mind. Mm-hmm. Cheers to that.
All right. That was the end of the questions?
That was 3, baby. Let's jump into the Deadpool 3. Ryan Reynolds. This was probably on a couple
Yes.
of our lists, how they're still filming. Everything is okay there. However, because of the writer's strike, they can't rewrite any lines on set while they're filming. So Ryan Reynolds can't do that typical Ryan Reynolds improv while he's doing his thing.
Wait a
And
minute. What?
I don't-
Yeah, so
does that go for everybody, or is that just
So-
Ryan Reynolds?
so
Like,
really-
just stick to whatever's fucking written is what has to be said, like a Coen Brothers movie.
yeah,
Why?
so
That's
really,
not
so
Improv
here's what it is.
writing?
They're rewriting the
No.
script.
Guys, let me explain this. So pretty much Ryan Reynolds, because of the writer's strike, Ryan Reynolds is banned from improving. The reason for it is once something is improved, it has to be written into the script, and that is not allowed.
It does?
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't. I guess I never realized that. I just
we
assumed
blew Johnny's mind
improv
first.
stuff was not on the script because it
No.
wasn't scripted. So
Correct. But after apparently after the fact, once it's improv and
Is
it
it
is
ever,
in the
like-
film, it has to be adjusted within the script.
is it annotated?
I believe so. But either way, because of the writer's strike,
Right. You're editing a script.
he is Ryan Reynolds is banned from improv. Therefore, they are putting a hold on the movie's filming.
They're not just filming with the normal dialogue. They're pausing it.
They're pausing it because a big part of Deadpool is
No. That's what I want them to do.
him
I want them. I
improving.
thought they were just like gonna make him stick. I was like, this isn't gonna be
no,
great, man.
No,
Like,
there is it says that Ryan Reynolds that there is a setback to filming to the start of filming because of this. So therefore we will
okay.
because I believe it was set to start filming soon.
I thought it was.
I'm not
filming
sure.
Still, I thought they were still filming. He just couldn't improvise.
So if you
No.
I'm still being blown away by this. So if you improvise on a set
Mm-hmm.
and then they are forced to write it into the script because you improvised and that's what they went with, who gets
Mm-hmm.
the writing credit? The person that improvised, right?
Person
It would
that
probably-
changes the
say
script?
written by like
Special
I don't remember
thanks.
it
That's
ever
what they get the
saying-
special thanks for at the end of movies. Like, hey, You improvised pretty good there, but we took credit.
No,
for
I
it.
think Ryan Reynolds would be listed as a writer.
I'll
for
say,
it.
yeah, I
Is
think he
Ryan
is.
Reynolds listed as a writer on Deadpool 1 and 2? I don't know.
Not currently, but he hasn't written anything on it
But
because he
improvised
hasn't.
on the 2 ones.
Ah,
Oh,
so he
on
should've
the
gotten
two-
credits,
I was
is what you're
looking-
saying.
I was looking for. I was looking at Deadpool 3. So let's see. Deadpool, is he written? No, I guess not. Writers Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick.
We know 100% that he improvised lines on there.
Sure.
Wait, maybe
I was just
those
wondering,
writers.
who get,
those
why do
writers.
people get credit for the shit that he wrote? Technically, because
he
improvised.
was listed as on as a writer on Deadpool 2.
Okay.
So I don't know. I don't know exactly how they do it, but that is a big part of that role, and Ryan Reynolds is fucking great at it. So either way, this is I guess just to answer your question, Dave, this was set to it was set to film back on May 1st. That was that never came to happen because and they're assuming it's because Marvel Studios brought in another writer to polish the script, and then from there the writer strike came. Yeah, the writer strike came, and now it has to be pushed back even more. I believe that these rules are newer. I don't believe it's something that has always been in play. I need to look up more information on that, but I believe that it was like an amendment to the WGA's. Let me see. It says under the 2013 WGA strikes rules. As one of Deadpool's 3 writers, Reynolds is not allowed to make any changes to the film script while the strike is ongoing. So that is a 2023 specific writer strike rule.
No script adjustments.
Yeah, no script adjustments at all.
That's whatever. I don't care.
Sure.
The writers getting their money. I'm just like blown away. That even improv shit counts, but yeah, fuck it, bro. Like, whatever we can do to further twist the arms of these studios to start paying their people.
Facts, because they're trying not to.
Because if they were able to get by and continue filming, then another reason to not, succumb to the demands of the writers.
Right. Let me see here.
Any updates with that? Like, I haven't heard anything. Are they still talking? Like, is there any negotiate? Like, I haven't heard anything about that. Just I see the picketing, see all the clever signs, but I don't hear, hey, this has happened, or no setbacks, no push forwards, just nothing. Just people holding their fucking signs outside the lots. All these famous people not working. Bums me out.
Famous people buying them pizza.
Yeah, oh yeah, lots of pizzas, bro. They probably like, get this fucking pizza out of my goddamn face if I see another fucking pizza.
Yeah, I mean the last one was over 100. It was like over 100 days, right?
I think so, yeah.
So I think we're in for the long haul on this one. Hopefully this doesn't last as long, but if it took them over 100 days before, I'm not assuming that this is going to be done within the next month. And just to throw a little bit more on there, according to the 2020 WGA agreement, producers and directors are allowed to make casual minor adjustments in dialogue or narration made prior to or during the period of principal photography, but that does not apply to Ryan Reynolds.
Fuck.
Right. So
can we let Hugh Jackman improvise?
I don't think he's as good as Ryan Reynolds is on that.
I'll start singing some Les Mis bullshit.
Oh my God. Yeah. Let's hope not. A lot of people love that shit.
They
and
do.
what's the other one? the showsman,
The circus, the greatest
Yeah,
showman on
the
earth. I don't know,
greatest-
the greatest
yeah.
show on earth. I don't know. It always looked terrible. I can't deal with all that singing. You guys know that.
Yeah. I'm not huge on. I can watch a play in real life, and I can watch like the musicals in real life and shit like that. Like it's entertaining, but I can't watch a film about a play. Or even worse, like I can probably make it possibly if I enjoyed it enough because I like Sweeney Todd. I can probably watch like a film. I never saw Les Mis, so I can't really confirm. But to watch a play on film, like how many people? I had somebody, one of my friends, like every time she saw me was like, "You have to watch Hamilton." And I'm just like, yeah, I'm like, I don't know. You know, I made it like halfway through, and I'm just like, yeah, I can't. Like, even though I understand, if I saw it in person, I'd be fucking with it, and I can make it through the whole thing, and it'd be cool. But
I can't even say that.
Yeah, no, I've been to enough plays and shit where I'm entertained by that stuff.
I don't want them to sing. Like, I'll go to a play. I just don't want them to fucking sing anything. Like, just a real play where they're just dialogue and acting. And let's see what's up. I could fuck with that. The second you sing, I'm checking the fuck out instantly, bro. Just shutting down.
Yeah.
Can't help it.
Like you'll never see me at like, what's the
Pirates of Penzance?
I don't even know what that is, but that sounds like
It's terrible. It's terrible.
I am not watching.
The worst.
How do you know?
I had to watch it in 8th grade music class, son. This shit was the bunkest shit I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, that sounds horrible, son. That sounds like straight ass.
Yeah,
But, like,
that's
you
what
can't,
spoiled
like, put
everything.
every-
Everything is the Pirates of Penzance.
That's what I'm saying. Like you can't, because I've seen some terrible ass musicals, and I've seen some like amazing ass musicals.
I don't know. I just can't. I can't get over that hump, son.
I feel you.
It's tough. It's tough out here.
Yeah,
I've
it's hard out here for a
always,
pimp.
maybe it's because I've always been the guy that reads the lyrics and gets very deep into lyrics on songs. I always want to know what people are saying, usually because I in the shower or in the car, etc., want to sing along, and I don't want to sing the wrong words.
Absolutely.
And so I've always been very like
big lyric guy.
rap,
For sure.
Spanish music, salsa, reggaeton, whatever. Like I've always been very focused on every single word that someone says. So when it comes to musicals, I'm like very focused on every word that they're singing in the
So you're getting the
play.
story. You're not checking out for the music.
I don't check out like, oh, this is a song break.
Oh, see, that's
Like, no, I'm very like, okay, this is part of the story, and I'm gonna learn something right now. And so I'm trying to like pick up on this, and then like, because I used to teenage Johnny, I was a rapper. I used to try to write rhymes, right? And in my 20s, I produced a lot of beats for rappers, etc. So like, I've always been kind of a lyricist in that way. And so I try to see how they build the story, and then like, also I'm intrigued by like the words that they rhyme with each other and how they pick those words to rhyme with each other. So all of that adds to the overall kind of thing. I almost every single day for the past, I don't know, 5 months, I've heard the Encanto soundtrack because it plays for my daughter, right? And every day, almost every day at this point, I'm not learning too much off of it, but there's always a little subtle appreciation for how, I didn't even realize that they put this and this together, and they made that combination happen. And so that's why I could dig with all that shit.
I fuck with linguistics, accents. I get down like that.
Yeah.
I just don't want to hear any fucking singing.
Once you put those to a tune, is like
done. I think it's because I have no musical talent at all. Like I don't know. It just doesn't interest. Even if I practiced, I know it could be.
It could be.
I'd be terrible. So I I write it off. It's
I
it's written
remember,
off.
and maybe it goes back to this. I mean, it's not that far back. I think I was in 8th grade. But I remember up until 8th grade, I absolutely abhorred anything that sounded like a musical, looked like a musical, other than like, Disney movies and things like that.
Yeah, I mean, that's okay. They get a
Because,
pass.
they were, I think I was like in my 20s before I realized that Disney movies were musicals.
I think
even though they sang in
animation.
them.
I think animation actually
it
is what
changes
is.
it
yeah,
changes your perception of it.
It does.
Yeah.
Animation is a different ball game.
But it was 8th grade when I saw my middle school, their end of the year play or whatever that they do, their musical that they do. And it was The Sound of Music, and I thought this was going to be so terrible and boring, and I don't have no desire to
Never
watch
seen
this.
that shit.
And you were in
sit through
tears.
this.
Shit was just
I don't wanna
pouring
say I was
down.
in
You were
tears,
just leveled.
There was definitely, like, I understood the story. Like,
Yeah.
I picked up on the
connected.
story, and
You
then
connected with the
I
material.
connected with it totally, and I was like, holy shit.
Yo.
Oh shit!
It happened. Whatever.
You can't give him shit
I feel
for Emily in Paris anymore.
13-year-old Johnny, right? 13, 8th grade. I don't know, 12-year-old.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's when
13.
and I'll also admit that at the same time, before that, the whole 8th grade year, I think it was, I was writing this like gangster play that I thought I was going to submit. I was writing this whole script.
He wrote the first version of Hamilton.
I was just gonna say it was the early Hamilton draft.
No, it was not a musical. It was a straight up play. I really thought I was gonna write this like gangster. I wonder if I could find
Sounds like
that
West
notebook
Side
in my
Story.
parents' house. It's gotta be.
I mean,
it was like a West Side Story / what's the Vatos Locos movie?
Blood in, Blood,
Blood
Out.
in,
I
Blood
was gonna say
Out.
there was razor blades in the
man.
mouth
There
for
was-
sure.
I'm
In the
sure
play,
there was razor blades in the
everybody
mouth.
had a razor blade in their mouth. That was
All
required.
I got from this conversation is
That nigga gay,
Yeah.
yeah, that's crazy. So.
Yeah, I totally
My
wrote
man
a
had
play
a-
in 8th grade.
a whole
and I never
hip-hop
submitted
play,
it to
son.
anyone. I think I told my
Stephen Sondheim over here.
you see, I should
wonder-
be writing scripts, and I never developed that muscle.
Yeah. Wonder if he had that line. I'm not a chicken. You're a turkey.
You're a turkey.
No, I was cooler than that, man. Give me some
That
credit.
dialogue would have been tight. I'm sure. Is there a draft of that laying around anywhere that
I need to find it. Now that I say that, I totally forgot about.
we could do a live reading
I
on
need to
Twitch?
look where that is. I'm gonna go back and search through my parents' house and see if I find that notebook. I'm pretty sure it was
I would love
one
to
of
see
those
that.
3 subject notebooks.
Yeah, I would love that. But speaking about gangsta ass shit, bro, Johnny, you're gonna have to pull this video up, son. It's in the notes. First one under news. But apparently, in Charlotte, a bus driver and a passenger just get wild, son. You got to watch this.
I feel like I saw that story when I first saw it. I thought it was Charlotte. I was like, oh shit popped off in Charlotte. I had no
Charlotte,
idea.
North Carolina, not
Yeah,
Charlotte, not Charlotte, New York.
York.
So apparently, the bus driver, I don't know what there's no audio, at least from what I could see, but they just start busting at each other, son.
Holy shit!
Newly released
Yo, shit is crazy, son.
inside a Charlotte bus. A shootout between a driver and a passenger, with other passengers caught in the crossfire. Transit officials say last week,
Over what?
Omari Tobias
I was
began
just talking shit.
driver David Fuller after asking to get off between stops. Tobias then pulling out a gun.
Oh, he pulled out the
Fuller then
pistol
pulling
first.
out
Yeah.
his own gun,
Mhm.
and the shootout begins. Bullets
He
shatter.
died, right? He's dead.
No,
driver's cab.
no.
2 other
No?
passengers
No, they're both they both suffered injuries. And then check this out. Check this out. Look, so that was close up. That was close up. And then they get outside and start hiding behind
Shooting.
Yeah, this
Oh,
son.
No, that driver off the job.
my man, he covered his eyes up. He was like, bust it.
Yo, that shit is crazy, son. Yo,
He
from
was
how
itching.
close
They
that
were
was,
both
I'm
itching for a
surprised
fight
they're
that
not
day.
dead.
They wild.
That shit was so up close, bro. He shot him dead in the chest. And all because he wanted to get off in between stops and the bus driver didn't let him.
Had them
So
John
he
Wick
just
suits.
flashed the gun on him.
Fuck, dude. That was
Yeah,
intense,
he had to
bro.
have-
That popped off. You're just sitting on that bus. You're like bummed. You got to go to work or something. Like your stop's coming up, and then just bop, 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 just pops. Oh, shit.
Yo, that shit is nuts. This
Hype
is
as a bitch.
just another reason why I will not. I can't remember the last time I drove or I rode on a bus, son.
Nah, I mean, I've taken like a tram at the
I
airport.
mean, you got to do what you got to
Something
do,
like that,
bro.
but-
But Shit is
Fancy ass
crazy.
niggas. I rode on a bus a couple years ago.
Damn, son.
Standard New York public
Yeah,
transit.
I
Like,
just,
it's not even that serious.
it's like the subway. Like
Y'all
you just-
fancy. I didn't have a car until like 3 years ago.
nah, son.
I ain't taking a
Whatever,
bus
bro.
since,
And yeah,
11th
that
grade.
was because you live in New York City, bro. You
Well,
don't live
that's
in
what I'm
Rochester,
saying.
son.
right. Acting
You're
like
not-
you couldn't afford a
you're not
car
taking the
until
bus in
3 years
Rochester.
ago.
You're not living in. You're not taking the bus in Rochester. I don't give a fuck what you say.
No, if I lived in Rochester, I would absolutely not drive the bus. Not because, I mean, well, part of it would just because, the bus is pretty ratchety, but also because like the bus doesn't have good routes. Like there's not like an easy way for you to like get from one place to another on the bus system in Rochester without having to like, take 3 transfers or something and take like 3 times as long to get there than if you took a Uber or Lyft or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's facts. You always got to stop at downtown.
You gotta go to Main and Clinton and take a transfer. At
Yep,
least
take a
that
transfer.
one.
And then anything that's going to pop off is going to pop off downtown during that transfer.
Yeah.
And Clinton.
No, thank you.
No, I'm
No,
good on
thank
all
you.
that. But definitely that shit right there, yeah, that bus driver, that
That's
bus
wild.
driver was, yeah, he was lit, bro. He got off the bus and was just like, "What's up? Let's keep going. Let's and just keep
That's
going."
the craziest
Hiding
part.
behind
Like, it
signs
didn't
and
just
shit.
end with a
Probably is the
close
craziest
quarter
part.
shootout.
Yeah.
Just that they started
Bro, that
ducking
shit was-
behind shit.
That shit was point blank range, son.
That's
I'm
what I'm
surprised
saying.
neither of them are dead.
That's what John Wick and Common did, right? They
wow.
were just going hard. Crazy.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Which part was
I'll
that?
be
Which part was
honest,
that?
I
That was
started that movie and did not make it through.
You fell
It was
asleep?
probably too late at night. Yeah, I fell asleep, but I think
Yeah,
I just
it's
started
okay.
too late at night.
John Wick and Common. Was that 4?
No. Common was
was like-
four. Common
I
was
thought it
already
was 2.
2 or 3, right?
clapped. 2 and 3? Was he in both of them?
I can't remember. I knew that they went at each other, but I can't remember which movie it was.
John Wick put him down on like the subway or something. They were on the train there. They're like,
Yeah, and he ended up in Silo. I got you.
that's what happens.
That's how you end up on judicial.
Yeah, facts. They just put him in Silo, and now he's a regular thug in there.
Yeah.
Oh man,
I can't remember what happened in any John Wick movie.
it's all just straight
It's all
up
just
shoot
a
him
lot
up.
of fighting. Yeah,
Murder porn.
that's about
Bro.
what's happened.
I enjoy the movies, but it's now I guess we could talk about that. It's already confirmed there's going to be a part 5,
Jesus.
and it's like, how long until this shit just becomes the new Fast and the Furious franchise, bro?
Right.
I mean, this last one just had like 90% something critic and audience scores. So these just seem to be getting better until I see a decline in these movies, like an actual visceral decline. I'm still going to fuck with each and every one of them because they keep fucking. And I can't say that about the Fast and the Furious movies. I cannot.
No. Yeah. I feel you there. But my, I don't know if we had this conversation, because you hadn't seen it. And Johnny, I know you said you tried to watch the latest one, right? And you fell asleep and whatnot. But bro, it seems like Keanu is slowing down, son.
You think so?
It felt like it in this one. Like he was. I felt like in the other ones he was a lot faster with it, more seamless. And in this one he was just a little bit slower. Just seemed like I wasn't like as deeply involved in this. You know what I mean? Like it was just.
I don't think what it sounds like you're saying is that he kind of phoned it in for John Wick 4.
No. He still brought it. Like I feel like he still brought it, but my point is like himself, like he doesn't have too many more in it to where he's just gonna be doing all his, all these all these things. He just seemed like I don't know if it's just me, but I see like the movements. This is like
probably the most physical, I feel like, of any of them, honestly. And maybe him getting his ass beat a little bit more. They were touching him a little bit more where they probably weren't. But all of that, I mean, I think is just probably because I mean, these were badass dudes in this movie. Like this wasn't like that Italian dude and his bitch ass bodyguards, like the high table and shit. And all those motherfuckers were coming from like, these are not the thugs. These are the bosses.
Sure.
And he definitely took a decent more, like I'll admit, like John Wick took more shots for sure in John Wick 4 than you're used to. A lot more falls and like those like, oh shit. God damn, that hurt like a motherfucker.
Yeah, that one scene going up the fucking
don't spoil
the stairs, bro.
Spoiler. Yeah,
I'm just saying, that stairs scene is just what I'm saying.
The stairs that killed me. I would have quit right there. I'm like, you know what? I don't think it's worth all this.
I don't think
I'm gonna. Yeah.
That scene took forever. I just feel like he just looked like a little slower than he did in the other movies.
There was a time crunch there too. So like you're thinking about the clock. You're like, oh fuck. It was just, I fucked with that movie.
I don't know.
I was so good. I really enjoyed it.
No, I'm not saying that it was a bad movie. I'm just saying that like I felt like Keanu was slowing down a bit. And maybe Johnny, since if you're gonna watch it again, take a look at it, see,
Now I feel like you put the seed in his you planted it. He's like, I feel like he's gonna be slowing down.
I saw this in the movie theater.
Honest
just
opinion.
Fully involved with it, and I just kept looking at it like, oh man, I don't know, it's a little bit of that, and I'm used to a slow Keanu, like the way he talks, but I felt like I didn't experience that in the first couple ones. But now he's really just like very low,
the least amount of dialogue,
for a main character, like everything
in any movie ever.
Facts, and everything is just like, I'm coming for you. Like everything was just like drawn out. I don't know. I just felt like he was slowing him down.
Yeah.
But Johnny, you're gonna have to let us know what you think about that. But it was still all in all, it was a good movie. But now that they've already said, okay, part 5 is coming, it's like, when are we gonna stop? When are we gonna stop this? Like, when is it too much?
Enough. Yeah. I want to go out like Seinfeld, but not with a shitty finale, just like sort of at the top of your top of your game.
Never.
It's never too much.
And not for nothing, I keep hearing that people are loving the new Fast and the Furious too.
No, I hear people are going to it. I have not heard that people were loving it.
That's true too.
There's a difference. What's the drop off going to be like? I don't know.
I've been hearing
it can't have good reviews. There's no way.
I keep hearing praise for Jason Momoa's take on this villain and shit
Jason
like that.
Momoa getting praised. They got to find something. They're like, all right, I guess give fucking Aquaman
Bro,
some praise.
if people aren't showing up to first of all, if people aren't enjoying it, they're not going to show up to the theater, and they keep making billions of fucking dollars. So they got to be making a profit if they keep deciding that they're going to make it. And then this fucking, I thought Fast 10 was the last one, and apparently is the first part of a trilogy.
Oh yeah,
Is what Vin Diesel said.
Yep.
Like y'all need to just stop now.
They're gonna fucking wring that bitch out for every last drop.
Yeah. Speaking of movie trailers, I may have an unpopular opinion, so I'll
another one.
Unpopular opinions.
That I think it was like a week or two ago that they dropped the trailer for Killers of the Flower Moon.
Yeah.
I was not impressed by that trailer. I feel like that shit looks boring as fuck.
I didn't know what to make of it, honestly, because all we had for years was that one still of Leonardo DiCaprio sitting at the table with the fucking Native American chick next to him. Like, that was all we had. And then we had this fucking trailer, and none of it made any sense to me. Like, I didn't know the story. I didn't know anything. So I went and I actually read a synopsis of what it was about, the story it was trying to tell, and it made a little bit more sense. I haven't gone back and rewatched the trailer, but I feel you on that. I don't think that's super unpopular. I think it's all out of context for now. Like, there's no big action scenes to be like, oh, that was tight. Let's check this out.
I feel you there, but it just feels like this I guess it wasn't what I was expecting. Like, Scorsese is all over the place. All of his movies are there are different genres and everything. I guess his more popular ones.
I feel like Scorsese does dramas. Like, this is just going to be another dramatic movie with a story about people that are fucking people over. And
I guess
it happens to be Native Americans.
Very dialogue driven. We didn't get a lot of dialogue in the trailer.
No.
Yeah, I think that's what makes it tough too. There's
I think I really wanted to be excited about it now that we got that trailer, and I just was not excited by it.
I was.
But it's a Scorsese
I'm not
flick.
Excited by it.
It's a Scorsese flick. So, that being said, I'm gonna watch it, and maybe another trailer comes out where there's just a little bit more, and maybe I'm excited by it, but I'm just like, it's a crime drama about Native Americans, and there's, from what I've seen, it was like, I don't know. Other than it's a Scorsese flick with De Niro and DiCaprio in it,
right?
That's really the only thing that's really making me hold on to the excitement for this.
Yeah, I don't think it's not a crime drama, right? Like, it's just about how Native Americans discovered oil and then got fucked out of their.
Pretty much,
That
yeah.
sounds
There's
like
not
a crime
an
drama.
organized crime or anything.
Sure, yeah, I didn't say organized crime drama.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it
is a crime happens. Technically. What they're
a crime that was not prosecuted.
Right.
I don't. Scorsese doesn't get a pass from me on every, like The Irishman, dude. I didn't really. It was okay. It wasn't great. Yeah. Like, I wasn't blown away by it. Like, honestly, I can't even think of like a fantastic scene from The Irishman where it's just like it's just meh. Just gonna be like gloss over it.
Go ahead, Johnny.
It would be tough for me just to say that Irishman was meh. But is it like a memorable, like his big gangster flicks in his earlier part of his career?
When I say meh, I mean meh for Scorsese.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. It's not those other movies. Like, we all expect that. We want Pulp Fiction when we see a Tarantino. We're all comparing it to the Pulp Fiction bar, and Scorsese's got the Goodfellas bar. No, you're never going to get that. You're never going to get that. So I that's why I'm not super hyped, but I'm not hyped. Like, I'll take it, like I did with The Irishman. Like, it was a movie. It was good. I fucked with De Niro. I fucked with Pesci.
I thought it was good. Yeah, like, I thought it was good.
But it wasn't Scorsese great. Like, what you're like, what he's capable of. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
sure.
This doesn't seem like it's gonna be like one of those fucking.
I mean, he's a director.
He is
telling a story that's written by somebody else.
That's true. telling somebody
it's
else's
all about
story.
what that story is. And that's why I'm saying it's hard for me to say that The Irishman was meh. I think it was tough because it was very long.
It was.
And that
I don't mind long. I love long movies.
you know,
I'll fuck with a long movie like that. I don't hold that against a movie. Like if they're singing,
If
I don't
it's
hold the
too
length
much,
against it.
I think
Unless
if
it's
it's
Black
too
Panther.
long, it can fuck something up.
Wakanda Forever was too long.
No, if it's long and entertaining.
The Irishman was 4 fucking hours.
Yeah, and it wasn't like that memorable. That's what I'm saying. Like Gangs of New York, I feel like was like 3 hours, and
3 hours is
tight.
a good movie.
I can remember a lot of lines from like
4
I love
hours.
that movie.
It needs
Was The
to be
Irishman 4
blow
hours?
away.
Was The Irishman
Yes.
4 hours?
Irishman had multiple parts in the fucking. You had to watch it in like 3 parts or some shit, right?
Hold on. I'm looking it up now.
No, I'm looking it up right now. 3
3
hours.
and yeah, it's 3.5 hours. So it's right. It's on the cusp. I watched it in one go. I didn't watch it in
I
multiple
definitely
sittings.
did not. I definitely.
They
watched
released
I
it.
think,
It's
in 3
released
parts.
as a film. It's not like a part 1 and a part 2, right? Like if they
No, it
treat
wasn't broken
as
up into pieces.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's
It was a straight through Netflix drop.
yeah.
It was a Netflix drop, yeah.
Yeah, it's a straight through movie though. It wasn't broken into parts.
No, Scorsese would never allow that. I'm just saying
No.
that I watched it. I
Oh,
saw
you watched it. Okay.
some like tweet or IG post or something that was like, if you want to watch it as 3 separates, this is the times to stop. And I'm pretty sure that's how I did it because there was no way I was gonna get through it with my girl.
If it was a banger like Goodfellas, you don't watch Goodfellas in 3 parts, and that's a long motherfucker.
Well, Irishman could have been like a Goodfellas, I guess. It's just the content of the story was
It is.
more
Right.
exciting
No,
in Goodfellas than
For sure.
than the content of Irishman, and even the
Different
content
writers, different, yeah.
of, Killers of the Flower Moon. It's not going to be exciting content.
Right.
to
like, oh,
watch
shit.
a bunch
here
of
we go,
Native Americans get destroyed.
Yeah.
Sure.
Over, money. But I think I don't know. I saw it, and I'll say it got me just as hype as watching the Oppenheimer trailer.
Okay.
I'll see. I was more hype. I still was more hype.
Yeah.
I still was mad
I'm more
for
hyped.
There's
for
nothing.
Oppenheimer.
How?
I don't know. Just the actors.
Matter of fact,
the
I'm gonna guarantee
I know
that
what's gonna
Oppenheimer's
be
gonna
there.
be a more boring movie than Killers of the Flower Moon.
Oh shit.
You're literally talking about a movie of a scientist creating a fucking bomb.
Bruh. This is Nolan though. This is a
scientist in a
Nolan.
lab.
This is a Nolan movie though.
Yeah.
Nolan
Doesn't
does
matter.
not do
The story content.
The Dark Knight doesn't
There's
matter
no-
apparently.
The
No,
Dark
I would
Knight
compare
is
that-
a Batman movie.
Hold on. I would more so compare that to like something like Interstellar. Where
Interstellar fucked
was
harder than 99.9% of movies. Let's just get that out there right now.
But it was a movie, about fucking time travel,
99.9
space,
is
and
a
like
really high bar.
There's a lot of movies out there, and it fucks pretty hard. I'm talking foreign movies, all that.
I'll say
Interstellar
99
fucks hard.
or 98.
yeah, Interstellar
Deal.
fucks very hard.
I'm a
But
huge
it's-
Interstellar fan. Absolutely, it
Sure.
has its flaws, but I'm a fan.
I mean, every movie has its flaws. What movie is perfect?
Oh,
What's a perfect movie to you?
The 1990 Ninja Turtles.
Because Johnny's very analytical when it comes to very specific things. So I would love to know what a perfect movie was that you could just.
Pulp Fiction is as close as you'll
definitely-
get
Yeah, I don't know.
to a
I'm
perfect.
sure I have my qualms with Pulp Fiction too.
We all do.
Sure.
But there's no way that you could say the Oppenheimer, based off of the trailer that showed like almost nothing, has you hyper than
I'm more hyped for that than I am.
I know.
For
I know
what
what's
reason,
coming. I
other
know
than
the
the
story.
director?
I know. It's an interesting story.
what's interesting. I don't
The
even know
drama,
anything about
the
story.
secrecy of the Manhattan Project, bro. All that fucking spy type shit. Cold War. fucking nuclear weapons, dog. And you're talking about, here's some wampum. Here's a TP. I saw him taking a sip. That's why I said that. I swear to God, don't sound clip that.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying, though?
Over here.
That might be the show title right there. Wampum.
Oh.
I don't think there's anything. I've seen the Oppenheimer trailers, and I'm like, man, I feel like we built this up a lot on the show, and I'm other than Chris Nolan, I'm hoping he rescues this, because I don't see what's Chris Nolan and what's my boy
Cillian Murphy.
Yeah, I'm relying on the two of them to pull it off, because I don't see what's going to be interesting about the story of this dude working in secrecy to create some shit in a science lab and then test it out.
I think it's the performance of Cillian Murphy is what Nolan said. That it's
okay,
the best,
and so the performance of
that
Leo
he's ever.
that you
We'll
guys
see.
like 2 episodes ago.
I don't
were,
know,
like,
bro.
Talking about was one of the greatest fucking actors of all time.
I thought we picked Christian Bale in that poll, didn't we? No, y'all picked Denzel. I think I picked Leo.
Denzel, yeah. You picked Leo.
Yeah.
I love Leo. Leo's great. But this
Okay,
isn't
he
Oppenheimer.
is-
He's not in
great.
Oppenheimer.
He's good.
All right. So,
But
I
you're
mean, at
saying
the
he's
end of the
not as good
day,
as Cillian Murphy.
Apparently not in Oppenheimer. Calvin Candy is better than.
I don't know. I guess I got to see more. I got to see more of this Killers of the Flower Moon. I don't think
thinks
it's going to
Killers of the Flower
suck.
Moon's
I'm just
gonna be
saying,
better.
like, I don't think it's going to
It's just
suck.
be another dramatic, slow movie.
Sure. I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't what we got in the trailer. So, in Oppenheimer, even the little bit that we got in the trailer, it was exactly what you would expect from an Oppenheimer movie. I guess
Sure
that's
was.
it's all about the expectation. I guess.
And,
I
yeah,
guess.
for sure.
Right. So,
Maybe
I digress.
Maybe I was more aware of what the story was based on and why it met my expectations.
There you go.
sure.
Could be.
Sure.
Do we know if that movie is coming out in theater?
Yeah.
It is coming out in
It is
both
coming
in
out.
theater
Yeah.
and Apple TV.
Scorsese is not going to allow that to not drop in theater, because then he wouldn't be up for any kind of awards if it drops straight
I
to.
thought that whole thing got removed.
He doesn't give a fuck. That's Scorsese.
Yeah.
No, for sure. I didn't.
He does.
This would be the first Apple TV Plus film to release in theater, right? I don't think they've released anything else. I mean, they literally won the best movie for Coda.
Right.
That was the best movie that I'm pretty sure that did not release in theaters. So the rule no longer applies.
Yeah, it's set to release in select theaters on
Select
October
theaters.
6th,
Okay.
and then going wide in the United States on October 20th.
Interesting.
And then it's
think that was
scheduled
like a
for an
December release?
unspecified streaming release on Apple TV Plus.
Why did I think that was like a December release? I only mentioned that because in the survey website that I'm on, they did show the Killers of the Flower Moon, and one of the questions that they always ask is like, would you watch this in a theater or streaming only? And I was just like, is there
Yeah.
even an option? Like, why would you ask me this? Of course I'm gonna watch this on streaming.
Yeah, I mean, I think Scorsese, I think he's just still gonna always opt in for theater releases.
Yeah.
It's just, you know, the old way of doing shit. Not only that, I think Apple TV Plus, they're looking to expand their. People are still very hesitant to jump on Apple TV Plus. I think I see more and more people jumping on now, but still, like if you go to a theater and you see that Apple original flick or banner come up in the theater, I think that would speak volumes to people, as far as the studio goes.
Yeah.
So, and it would make them take it a little bit more serious. So I don't see Apple being opposed to that either.
No, for sure. I mean, Dave sent Apple TV dropped a teaser video earlier today. It's just showing all the shit that they're going to be releasing, and the first comment that I saw underneath it looks like a whole lot of mid, and I was just like, really? Like, I didn't think that was mid at all. I was kind of hyped.
People don't know first of all, people love to hate on Apple. As much as, as successful as they are as a company, as much as they knock shit out of the park on numerous things, the haters are going to be the haters, and they always tend to focus on the things that, where they don't knock it out of the park, and it's always the smallest shit. But the streaming service, and we've talked about it plenty of times before. I get it, but I think that's something that more and more people are starting to realize. More and more people are starting to look at it, and I think that that seeing something like a Scorsese flick, right? For the people that do go to a movie just because it's Martin Scorsese directing it. If it goes to a theater, whether it's their idea or Scorsese's idea, you go to a theater, you see Apple TV Plus on that big screen, you're going to take it just a little bit more seriously, and you're going to go, oh, okay, and then it's going to have that credibility. I hold Apple TV Plus content up there with HBO. When I see an HBO original, and we're not talking about Max, when I see an HBO original, I'm like, okay, I have to go see that. That is going to be fire. Very rarely do I give into that and think that was mid.
Yeah.
So, do I love everything on Apple TV Plus? No. But is there way better, way more amazing content than there is mid? Absolutely.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so... and I think a lot of people are really starting to take note, right? Because even our boy Rocco, right? Rocco is very vocal when it comes to TV shows and all this stuff, and I've been telling him for a while now, he doesn't want to pay for a subscription unless it's something that that he knows, and he gave into the Apple TV Plus stuff and everything. And now he just can't. He's constantly writing a review on Apple TV Plus content, and he's just over the moon about it. Even the M. Night Shyamalan one that I wasn't a huge fan of, I dropped off after season 1, but I will go back. I should go back and see how it goes. But at the season 1 was just I don't know.
I just started the Jennifer Garner series there, the last thing
last thing you told me.
Sure.
Last thing he told me. Yeah, we watched the first 2 episodes of that, and it's decent so far. A lot of questions still, which I don't know. Yeah. I kind of like when I'm watching a show. I don't want information to be fed to me like I'm fucking stupid. So I enjoy that sort of mystery. But I mean, it has an episode or 2 to start cranking out some fucking answers before I get a little upset. Before it's a little too close to the chest and not fun anymore to figure out. It's all right, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But it's been good so far.
I just started watching Platonic, and that was great.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying that I started watching Platonic with Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
And that actually had some parts where shit had me and wifey just laughing out loud.
Yeah.
Some really dumb shit, and it was really good. And it's not going to knock it out of the park. Because they're creating 100% original content, not everything's going to knock it out of the park, but
at least
like
not
I said
for you
before,
personally. There could be somebody that it's knocked out of the park for. Absolutely.
Right.
Correct. And so far they've been doing amazing stuff. When it comes to Prime, it's hit or miss for me.
Yeah.
You know,
For sure.
it's not enough for a Prime original logo to be on it for me to be like, I gotta watch that. No, it's like it's gonna take a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say, Johnny?
I was just saying one of the things that I've noticed as I watch a lot of the Apple TV Plus content is they reuse a lot of the same actors across a lot of different shows. And I bring it up because I've also been watching Platonic. There's a lot of, first off, Rose Byrne, right? That's her name.
Yes.
She's in
from
another
Physical.
Apple TV Plus show, and then
Physical is amazing, by the way.
another great show. Some of the actors in that show are also in Platonic, and there's other actors. There's actors from Shrinking that are in Platonic that I was like, oh, that's guy from that guy. Oh, do you know that? And, I have to point them all out to my wife because she doesn't know who anybody is.
No,
so
nor
like,
does she
oh,
care.
did you recognize? Look who it is. And I'm constantly saying that. Oh, look who it is. Every time I watch an Apple TV Plus show, Silo, same thing. I'm like, oh, look who it is. It's just another person I recognize. I mean, it's awesome. They're pulling in like this huge group of talent. And they obviously like the studio because they stick around and make a whole nother flick with them. I'll just say that it's an Apple TV thing.
HBO would do that too. Back in the day, they
HBO would do
reuse
that. You get a lot of the same actors, and that's the vibe that I'm getting, especially with what's his face, Richard Cutler. Being so heavily involved with a lot of the stuff that they do. I don't think he's an Apple employee. He just started like a production company that they signed a deal with. I don't know if all of these shows are coming from that or not. I haven't looked that deep into it, but I did see that the Platonic show is a Sony Television Studios production. Some of these are Warner Television productions, even though you would think that they would end up on HBO or Max, but no, they're not. A24 is really big on with Apple TV distribution. But yeah, I really haven't found a thing that I hate on Apple TV Plus. There's things that I don't vibe with.
Yeah.
But we've mentioned it many times on this show. We're pretty big fans of the content they put out.
Sure.
Yeah.
Since we're still in some Hollywood, maybe or do you want to jump into a little bit of some regular news type stuff? What y'all think? Y'all want to stick on Hollywood for a little bit more?
Yeah. Fuck it.
Sure. All right. Cool. Speaking of older directors and whatnot, Quentin Tarantino, we know that his last movie, we're coming up on it, right? His 10th movie. He's always said he's going to release 10 movies, and then he's calling it quits on flicks. He actually said that, and this is a quote from Tarantino himself, he said, I could do a TV show. I didn't say I'm going to go into the night darkly, all right? I could do a TV show. I could do a short film. I could do a play. All kinds of things I could do. But I'll probably just be more of a writer. So we still have plenty of content that he's going to create. And it's promising to see the man come up, possibly come up with a TV show and whatnot and all these other things once he's done with that 10th film. I saw another quote that they asked him if he was gonna hire like a British actor or some shit. And he was like, nah. Like, no. We've been there and done that. Nope. They're not gonna be a part of my film.
Nah.
Yeah, he shut that down real quick. But I'm excited at the fact that even though we get a last Tarantino film, there's still more Tarantino content that we'll get other than, books that Dave was looking forward to.
Yeah, I mean, I'll fuck with those books. But yeah, that's why I'm not too butthurt. I mean, I know that he'll do, like, imagine like an Apple TV Plus Tarantino like miniseries or something wild like that. Like, I would go fucking insane if something like that were to happen. But I mean, regardless of where he does it, like someone like that, not that I know him, but just, how he is in interviews.
You're
and
a
shit.
fan.
Like he has those fucking ideas and his mind moves a fucking mile a minute, and he's gonna want to get those stories out there. Like, he's a natural storyteller. He's gonna want to do something. Like he said, he's not gonna go into the night. So I know there will still be a bunch of stuff. If he makes a musical, I guess I'll have to go and fuck with that musical.
That's where you be fucking with musicals.
I mean, I don't have a choice in that case. Like, I'll eat my words too. If it's super tight, I'd be like, you know what? I'll go back and I'll start watching. I'll go watch the Pirates of Penzance again. All that bullshit that I fucking shit on all these years. You ain't got to do all that. I'll go fuck with all that if Tarantino makes a bomb fucking musical. For sure.
Just because Tarantino makes a bomb musical doesn't mean that all musicals are now amazing to you.
For sure.
And
still,
luckily for you,
shake.
Yeah, luckily for you, I highly doubt that he will ever make a musical.
Good.
We're not gonna see a Tarantino directed Schmigadoon.
Oh hey, I mean, I would still fuck with that. Anything he did. He was gonna do a Star Trek. Remember, he was attached to a Star Trek movie for a long time. And then it's just like, yeah, this isn't going to happen anymore. And everyone was like over it. But that was going to happen. I mean, all the stars, fucking, what's his face? Who's Zachary Quinto and I forget what the other dude from Star Trek. The Tarantino Star Trek.
Yeah.
Oh, my man is.
It's kind of like Taika Star Wars. I don't know if we'll ever get it.
I think they put the kibosh on that.
Yeah, I think that's over.
After Love and Thunder, they were like, no, I think we're good.
No, I heard that they didn't put the kibosh on it. Like it is not. It's still up in the air, but there's not. There's no set date for this to happen. So, but they still haven't axed it. So, it is what it is. But yeah, I look forward to more Tarantino content. All right.
We were talking about Tarantino amongst ourselves earlier this week, and thought it would be something good to talk about, right?
Yeah,
when he had dropped that quote in Deadline where he said that streaming movies don't exist in the zeitgeist. He said, I'm not picking on anybody, but apparently for Netflix, Ryan Reynolds has made $50 million on this movie. I don't know what any of those movies are. It's almost like they don't even exist.
I heard he was talking about Scorsese and The Irishman specifically when he said that. No, I'm just kidding. He wasn't.
I was going to say, like, why are you talking about Ryan Reynolds?
No. But I'm saying, if he is like that, that's Scorsese's in that group now, right?
Yes,
too. If he wants to include Ryan Reynolds,
I mean, at least Scorsese is pushing movies into the theater. But
was he talking about that movie with The Rock and what's her face, Gal Gadot?
Yeah, I think that's what he was.
He's talking about all of those movies, and while yes, I still stand behind what I said. That's hate. That's an OG director hating on
these youngsters,
these young directors, and how they're able to get themselves in the door, right? Like the Russo brothers and whatnot. Not necessarily that they're Netflix stars, right? They got themselves through the other format that these OG directors hate, the superhero format, right? Now they're big, but if you think about like the Russo brothers. Outside of that, they've only made Netflix movies, and they did the Apple TV Plus movie. So a lot of their movies only live in these streaming services, and they're just hating on these people. But even though it is hate, I have to agree. Like a lot of these movies that drop on these streaming apps, we see them, right? They're really big. When they drop, we're all excited about it. We're talking about it, and then it disappears, and nobody's really bringing it up anymore. Right. No one, I haven't seen anyone really bring up The Gray Man, which is not Ryan Reynolds, but it's
Ryan Gosling.
Chris Evans, Ryan Gosling, like all of these movies that are like really big for a moment, and then they just fall to the wayside. So he does have a point, even though I still agree 100%. He's just hating on this younger generation. Until we see his fucking show, his TV show that we're talking about. shows up on one of these streaming sites, and then he's okay with
it's
it.
got to be a streaming show, right? Like,
Right.
who else
It's
is
gonna
he
have to
make
be.
it? Unless he makes an HBO show,
Ooh,
Sure.
Okay. Still be streaming on Max.
but it'll be streaming on Max. Yeah,
Right.
I would hate to agree with him just because I feel you on that whole, like, you know, old man shaking his fist at the wind type thing. Like, you're upset at progress, but at the same time, you're kind of right. All of these movies just fade away. Even like we spent all this time talking about, you know, Killers of the Flower Moon and The Irishman. They a part of the zeitgeist? Were people really
The
talking
Irishman
about,
was not. No.
you know, that movie, The Irishman, beyond like the release date? Like, it's very true. Like, a movie that was classically released, let's just say not even classically, just, you know, theater release movie in 2015, where everything wasn't so focused on stream release, and it wasn't, you know, funded by VC money.
Right.
Movies that were just regular studio funded flicks came out into the theater in 2015, had more buzz and talk about it before the movie came out and then after the movie came out, versus, you know, movies that come out on streaming now. Like, they come out and then you just kind of forget about them.
They do.
It's easy
That's
to
how
do
a lot of
that
movies are.
with something that's streaming, though. Whether you're streaming anything, and I could apply the same thing to like video games. Video games are like on the PlayStation Network. If you have a certain subscription, you could play fucking 80 different games a day, try out what you like, throw the rest away. Like, anything that's available to you that quick, that easily, that readily, I think is easy to just consume and then move on to the next thing.
Right.
And I
think
also
that's his
feel
whole
like
point is
Right,
that
no, that-
streaming is destroying
Absolutely.
the industry.
I don't know that
of
it's just,
filmmaking
I don't feel that
because
strongly.
of that easily digestible content also means that, you know, things that you digest, you poop out at the end, right? Like,
I don't think that was
thus
intended
you
by
create-
digestible, but yeah, you do poop out stuff that you digest. That is,
Yes.
actually-
Well, that's what I think
that's a
he's
little bit
kinda
of a
saying
stretch,
is this
but
is
I get
so
you.
easily digestible that it's almost just straight shit.
sure.
I think
No,
that's his take, right? Like, that's
I-
his take. Is this shit is too easily digestible? It's like eating prunes.
I get what you're saying, but also I I like that reference. Okay, sure. I get what you're saying, but also I don't think it's the fact that it's strictly streaming, right? I think that while yes, it is streaming, it's also the amount of content that we are being fed constantly
too.
now is it's the highest that it's been in
Ever.
Yeah.
So just as fast as we get this and we're really highly anticipating this thing, just as fast the next thing comes around.
Absolutely.
And we've already seen that. We've already gotten past that. Oh, this is the next thing. We don't go back enough to rewatch these things. We were a lot of these movies that are in the zeitgeist, right? That we hold so dearly, are because we grew up in an age where, like HBO, like very, very cable. When we grew up with cable, we would see that movie came back up and we would watch it and like be excited about it. Oh, get to see it again. Even if you don't, I fucked with that movie. So you would watch it again, right? But when we have a choice to watch something, we want to watch something new, and we don't go back and watch these movies over and over again to really, have it in our minds as much as these older movies did.
Yeah.
Especially
facts.
like just those regular popcorn flicks. Like, we're not going back to those the same way we watched Terminator a million times, you know, because it always shot, you know, smaller movies. Like how many times did Dave, you and I talk about how we loved Only the Strong or fucking The Last Dragon, right? Because those movies would just pop up randomly on HBO, and we were kids, and it would just be playing, and we'd be like, "Yo, oh shit, the Capoeira movie came up." You know,
we didn't have a choice. We were fed it, and we either consumed it or we didn't, and we weren't gonna not. So we fucking ate it up, and it affects you. It molds you regardless of whether you want it to or not. Yeah, the time that we grew up, the appointment TV that we had to live by for the longest time, where God forbid you didn't catch an episode of a show, there couldn't be reruns, maybe until they go to syndication or something. Like you might not even get to see that shit again if you missed an episode of something. That's unfathomable today.
Yep. Oh. So that in my opinion, that is what is adding to that. And you know what? Tarantino movies, they're not exempt from that, right? Like Dave, you loved Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Mm-hmm. How many times have you seen it?
5, 6, bro, a handful of times.
5, 6 times. I saw it the one time we saw it in the theater. I enjoyed it.
That's right. We did see it in the theater.
Yeah, that was the one time I saw that. You know, very, very seldom do I go back and watch a movie. And you know, if I have the choice of watching something new and watching something that I've seen before, very seldom do I do that.
Unless it's Nolan movies. How many times have you seen The Dark Knight?
I've seen that many times.
How about Interstellar?
Interstellar,
Inception.
I've seen. Inception, I've seen more than Interstellar.
But still,
there are those movies
where, and that just happens to be one of my movies.
Sure. And I'm not giving you shit about it.
No,
I'm just saying,
I know.
even then, like, we're just not consuming it as much as we used to.
For sure.
That's all. So that's why it's not in the zeitgeist.
And even I don't rewatch my older shit as much, just because there's so much shit being thrown at us. If I want to watch a new Jennifer Garner show on fucking Apple TV, that's a viewing of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood I don't get to watch because I need the time to watch those 2 episodes. So, yeah, Tarantino's right. Again.
Yo, since we got past that, I have to throw out that another unpopular opinion because my
damn.
I know. My daughter, my 3-year-old, she's been super into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and she doesn't like the new CGI bullshit.
Word.
She either likes the animated stuff or she likes the OG movies. And let me tell you, I'm doubling down on the fact that Secret of the Ooze is better than the original. For me.
For kids, no, absolutely. Not for a grown
me,
adult with good taste in movies clearly knows that the first is superior to Secret of the Ooze. But that's a different discussion.
Ninja rap will forever go down.
Go Ninja, go
in
Ninja,
history.
go. That's what got you. Little young Wok saw that. He looked at his pager. He's like,
me watching it as an adult now, I'm just like, yo, those zingers are amazing. It's still. I know this is a truly unpopular opinion.
I haven't seen Ooze in.
It's way more playful. The first one is more of a serious tone to
darker,
Ninja Turtles,
literally.
so you can understand why the second movie they had to go more playful, brighter lights.
There wasn't even weapons. They had fucking pepperoni nunchucks in the second movie because there wasn't actual fucking weapons, dog. Son.
That was one scene.
I'm saying though, that's how they toned down the violence. There were times
they didn't have any weapons in second
movie?
Barely. They were very toned down. The whole thing was watered down like a motherfucker. I'm telling you guys. Secret of the Ooze was not it.
Secret of the Ooze when like Shredder got super jacked?
Off of the donuts with the fucking little pills and the serum in it?
Yeah.
I don't know. It doesn't sound very badass to me.
Taka and Razor.
Num-nums. Num-nums? Yeah. That's what they said. That was a line. That was a quote from Secret of the Ooze. Num-nums.
Yeah. It was definitely more kiddie, but you know, we're talking about the fucking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Was Casey Jones even in that?
No.
That's bullshit.
Yeah. I feel you there.
Yeah, he was not a popular character in the first
I
one.
like Casey.
But April O'Neil from the second movie was hotter than the first.
I think so.
No, Judith Hogue.
Yeah.
Judith Hogue is my.
I don't know who
my
Judith
April.
Hogue is,
That's
but
the
she
very
did not.
first April, bitch. Recognize.
Yeah, she was not.
In a
that hot to me.
1990s way, yes, she
No.
was. Go back,
No.
rewatch.
Even in the 1990s.
1990s, sexy Judith Hogue.
There's no one on earth with the last name Hogue that is sexy.
There is. There is.
Yeah, gonna have to go with you on that.
on the Judith Hogue. Yeah, that's fair. She's the doper April O'Neil.
Oh man. All right. So I wanted to ask a question. We're getting a little bit into news here, but let's see. So apparently Elon Musk's Neuralink was approved for human study.
I did see that. Wonder how.
What's
that's
up? Y'all
gonna
signing
go.
up for that?
Probably not.
Out of here.
No.
Y'all don't want to be a cyborg, son? Y'all don't want instant access to information?
I need to see them shits tested first. I'm not just gonna throw it.
Oh,
up in
yeah.
my shit like the little chip in Mission Impossible 3 that fucking blew your shit out from the inside.
For sure. Can you imagine if that? Yeah, I'm not trying to. First of all, we're going back to the you think things and it happens. But can you imagine, right? Can you imagine if Elon sticks to what he says, right? And he's like one of the first to put that shit in, and he dies from that shit. Would that make him like? Would that make him go be more infamous in history, or that shit would just be wild?
No,
son.
that'd be infamous for sure. That Tesla
Be
stock,
infamous, but
all
not
that
in a good
stock
way.
Crash. There'd be serious implications
I don't
in
think
the
he's
tech
gonna do it.
industry.
Oh, he wouldn't do it.
No,
wouldn't be
he
the
would
first.
not. Are you kidding me? No way. Monkeys. They do it on monkeys first. They put little chips.
They've
in the
already
monkey
been doing
brains.
it on monkeys.
Have they really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, this says that
This
it's
has
been approved
for humans.
So
for
they did
human-
monkeys
yeah,
first,
First test on humans.
Yeah.
and the monkeys were okay. Like, were the monkeys doing Tesla shit? Like, how does this even work?
The example that I saw was a monkey was, and I think I mentioned this on the pod before. A monkey was holding a solid piece of metal that looked like a joystick, but if and there was a video game type thing where it would go through a maze, and
Yeah.
it would use that joystick to maneuver the thing through the maze. But he had the Neuralink implant already. And so he's using the joystick to move the thing through the maze. And then they disconnect the joystick from the computer. He still tries to use the joystick.
In his
But
mind, fucking.
He's controlling it with his mind. And he does the same exact thing and is able to move it through the maze.
Damn.
It says here that Neuralink is meant for to treat conditions such as paralysis and blindness, and to help certain disabled people use computers and mobile technology.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
So this is what they're claiming, but you know that there is a backdoor reason for these things, man.
I mean, it's one of
Always
those things where, like, this is where it
nefarious
starts,
purposes.
but you know where it'll end.
Yeah,
It's
Porn.
just like AI,
sure.
this quote-unquote AI, right? You know, it starts off with just completing languages and making it easier and faster to type things, and it ends with computers blowing up the world.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. I don't know.
Always.
I mean, I guess the way that things are going, right? And we talked about it in the past about how this younger generation is able to just like multitask so much shit at once, right? These kids are playing video games, surfing the web, and just like navigating their streaming platforms and like responding to shit all in real time. And we're older, so it's just like, how the fuck are they doing this?
Yeah.
I think this is something that they are going to take full advantage of, and we're
their gamer score.
Oh, facts. Yeah. No, there's going to be Logan Paul is definitely going to put that bitch in his head, and it's going to be some sort of content creation tool.
Well, there's that one dude that is now getting, I don't know if it was sued or he's getting in trouble somehow. He's a lawyer. He tried to use ChatGPT to create his filing. So he represented a client that was suing Avianca, the airline, and so he used ChatGPT to create the whole federal filing, submitted it, and then the federal judge pushed back, and now the dude is facing I think he's facing jail time, or he's facing some sort of reprimand, because apparently ChatGPT just literally created the court cases. So in a typical court filing, they reference other court cases.
Sure.
And they say, in this, in Mills versus Washington, this is what happened. So that sets precedence. And then, Andrews versus Figueroa, et cetera, right? And apparently none of those cases existed. And he even went back. He showed screenshots to the judge where he went back and was like, is this case a real case? And ChatGPT doubled down and was like, yes, this is real. But it absolutely never existed.
Damn.
These people are just not learning, yo.
Now, this is a 30-year plus lawyer. Like, he's been practicing law for 30 plus years. Decided to put his faith in ChatGPT. Didn't work out this time.
Damn.
And now he's facing jail time. What a fucking idiot.
Or at least some sort of fine. You gotta think
something.
Sure
I can't remember exactly what he's facing, but
repercussions.
But just to get back onto it, right? The Neuralink, right? Imagine everything goes great. Everything is good. It starts off curing people of blindness, helping people with disabilities navigate, computers and whatnot, and everything's going great. And they get it to a point where this feeds information to your brain as fast as it can possibly happen. Y'all fucking with it?
Depends how long it's been out, how advanced it is. Other reviews. Do I know people that have had it?
Definitely more research.
Yeah, have heavy research when you're modifying your.
I'm not asking y'all to be the first guinea pigs.
Yeah, no.
But just let's say
after a while, if I've seen that it's legit,
right,
and that it's I would say probably. So what? The first Tesla Roadster came out in 2009. Autopilot dropped in 2013 or something. Mm-hmm. And I got my first Tesla in 2022.
Sure.
That's how long you need to, and probably more so because this is going to be
time.
in your fucking dome.
At least I would take of seeing 10 years worth of 10 plus years worth of
data, research,
data, real life work. Not because there's been research for years on Neuralink, but it's all in rats and squirrels and gerbils and monkeys and
fuck
shit.
all that.
Now in humans, okay, we start now. So ask me this question again in 2033.
It's at 2035.
Maybe I'll be ready.
Just to be safe. Just give it a couple.
Right.
Unless I see some crazy dope shit, like there's a GTA 8, but it's only Neuralinks on. Just give me that bitch right now. I don't give a fuck. If that's how I got to get GTA 6, I'll put that shit in my dome right now. I don't give a fuck.
I'll put that shit in my brain if we start to If it promises that we could start using more percentages of our brain, like it could tap into other parts of our brains.
Well, like limitless.
I can also see how this could possibly, since we talked about it earlier, how this could possibly be positive eventually, right? Because they haven't been testing it for that, but how this could possibly help people with like dementia and, you know, access the parts of their brain where there is, I don't know. I mean, I don't know, you know, the science behind it, but, you know, where there's a disconnect there, where they're losing memories and whatnot. Like if that can connect that, man, that's
very well. Absolutely.
Word. That's definitely would be a plus for family members who, like you said, you know, they're experiencing their family where they're pretty much not there anymore. And this gives a little bit of hope that, you know, this can give us some more years with actual time with our family members. That would be dope.
Quality years.
Quality time. Yes. That would be dope. So.
Word. I like that.
It's promising.
Yeah. I mean,
we're not going to be the.
Let's see.
We're not going to be the first guinea pigs.
No.
Definitely not.
Let's get some Apple glasses before we get that shit.
Mm-hmm. Facts.
Oh man, Johnny, you have any other news for us? Whatever, man. Throw. Yo, that airplane shit was wild.
Yeah, the airplane shit was wild.
Show that video, and we gotta discuss like what
fuck
would you do in that situation, right? So while he pulls that up, apparently someone on an airplane just randomly opened the door, the emergency hatch. I don't know what I expected. Maybe we've seen too many fucking movies, but I expected maybe that if you open this emergency hatch, we're all getting sucked out. The chairs are all coming off of the hinges, and we are falling out. You know, it's just gonna fucking implode on itself.
I think
if
Hollywood
that shit
has
opens.
led us to believe that for sure.
Word.
And I mean, maybe if there was some sort of like explosion on the side that could suck some people up, but like I don't think the door necessarily. I think the altitude that they were at also probably has something to do with it, if I had to guess.
Yes,
but like
that's what I was thinking too. Then maybe they weren't. I didn't see like they were up at 30,000 feet. Like maybe they had just taken off.
I think they were getting ready to land. Actually, I thought I read that they were like in that area getting ready to land. But like, you know, shit was like windy in there. You could definitely see shit was whipping up. But like everyone had their seatbelt on. No one got sucked out. Everything was cool.
I'm more surprised that the dude who opened the door. Like everybody else is strapped in.
Sucked out.
Right, when he opened it, just like, whew.
Just the second that he opens it, like that shit gets sucked out, and then oh shit, you know.
Maybe he kicked it with his foot or something. I don't know where we were sitting. I don't know how those doors work. I don't really sit in the emergency.
Fuck all that. But
that
shit gives me anxiety. This video just gives me anxiety. You got it up there, Johnny?
No, I'm still trying to find where the fuck the video is.
Yo, the video just gives me anxiety. You see everyone just kind of sitting there trying to be as calm as possible.
Yeah, look at that shit whipping around.
No.
Nah.
Yeah, no. Especially being this dude right here.
Yeah. Oh, no. Hell no.
Just staring out the door.
Nope.
Mm-mm. I'm suing.
Fuck that.
Do you think you could sue for like mental, like traumatic damages?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah?
Yeah, absolutely. I would be suing them.
For some random person opening the shit?
Yeah, they could have stopped it. They could have done something to better prevent whatever bullshit you use. You'll absolutely, if you don't sue, you'll end up with a $500 flight credit. Sue and get some money.
Word. Sure. No, that shit is bugged out.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine, bro.
Emotional damages. Emotional damage.
Yes, the emotional damage that I am
I think I have that.
For, especially, again, you know, if you're sitting in the back of the plane or whatever,
right,
and you just see like a bunch of shit flying around and you get freaked out. I didn't even see any, like,
damage.
Oh, good call. I didn't see like the The
oxygen mask dropped. Yeah, no.
Which
Nothing.
also tells you that
They were
weren't
low
that
enough,
high up
yeah.
in the air.
Yep.
But still enough to like whip throughout the thing. So again, you know, you're in the back of the plane. You're not gonna be able to sue for much, right?
No.
Like, yeah, there may be some emotional damage, but
10K.
maybe
You get 10K. Just like, hey, I was
maybe a
inconvenienced.
little 80K,
80K.
less
Alright.
than 100 grand. But you're that dude.
You're that
I
dude with
just
the red
pointed out.
shorts on.
Yeah, you're just staring out the door, staring out an open door.
I'd
that
pretend
didn't
like it was
exist.
sucking me
Yeah.
out for the video. I'd be like, just like I was
You're
trying to
fucking-
come out of my seatbelt, just getting mad.
I'm
Brett.
suing for millions.
If I was that dude, I would never fly again.
It would be tough.
All that money
Yeah.
that he's gonna get, you're damn right he's flying again to fucking Bali, Bora Bora.
Privately.
Was this what airlines was it? Was it a foreign airline?
Yeah, it was South Korean flight.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
See, the foreign airlines always make me nervous as a bitch. Whenever you see like plane crashes and shit, it's like Pakistan Air went down over fucking Indian Ocean today, and we're not sure what's up, but we'll let you know. And then you never hear anything ever again. Or
Asiana
Randomly,
Airlines.
Oceanic.
Asiana.
randomly on TikTok, I get these videos of plane crashes and shit. And it's never like obviously like firsthand footage of a plane crash, but it's just like showing the the planes that went down, and it would say like a very specific, and it might have like a 3D rendering of like the plane.
Oh, wait a minute.
But it's just like, but it's just giving me so much information on. Like in 92, in 2012, this plane went down and never was seen. And
I
I'm
watch
like,
those shows. I've seen those shows before. I fuck with
like,
those.
oh shit.
A little more research into this story. Not that crazy.
What?
Not that
Again,
crazy
it's
that somebody
Crazy
fucking opened the
enough
fucking.
that someone will open the door on a plane, right?
Okay.
But as you said, Wak, the plane was about to land. It was on a descent. It was only 700 feet in the air when he pulled the door open.
I'm still getting 50K.
Yo, I'm still, nervous as fuck. 700 feet.
I mean, that's basically like you're touching the ground within less than 2 minutes.
Still,
Still,
that would hurt.
that would.
Because
Get sucked out, that
typically
would
you
suck.
can't open a plane. You can't open the door on a plane when it's up high because it's just too big of a difference. So that whole like all the
Cabin
shit
pressure.
that we see in movies, it's impossible. You can pull on that fucking emergency lever as much as you want, but the cabin pressure is too.
No, so usually it's like an
too
RPG.
strong.
Something hits it and blows a fucking hole in the side.
If that happens, yes,
Then you're getting soaked the fuck up.
you might be fucked.
I mean, if that shit happens, you're fucked, period. The least of your worries is
Right.
a hole on the side of the plane. The whole shit is just blowing
The
up.
whole shit is just blowing up. Dunzo.
But 700 feet, I mean, okay, it's definitely dangerous.
It's not
sure.
survivable if you fall.
You're not surviving that.
No.
Falling 700 feet? No, absolutely
Right.
not.
So
That's
what are
why
we
I'm
talking
suing.
about
That's
here?
why I'm getting bread.
Uh,
Make it
just-
seem like it's
just
not scary.
The whole incident. That's you're surviving the incident. Obviously, everyone will survive.
I'd be very upset. Like I almost fucking landed. This fucking dickhead opened the shit.
I want flight vouchers for the next 5 years. Comped. First class.
Easy, absolutely. At minimum, everyone on that flight should get mad vouchers.
The person that opens the shit better be lucky that if that day I'm not suicidal.
Holy shit.
Not saying that I'm ever suicidal, but I'm just thinking like I'm thinking what's his name, Mel Gibson in Lethal Weapon, when he was like, "You want to jump? Do you really?
Do you really?
It's just like, all right, motherfucker, you want to open this shit up and scare? Let's go. Come on, let's go."
Oh man, I can't believe that was in a movie.
Yeah, they jumped
Off the
it'd be
building
wild.
there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. They jumped off the building.
They
and
handcuffed
ended up-
together?
Yeah, he handcuffed him and he made him jump.
Let's jump.
Yeah,
His cowboy boots on.
good old movies. We still might get a part
Fuck
5.
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, Mel Gibson's still making movies.
Yeah. But I don't know.
Yeah. I thought Danny
He
Glover
was-
was
wouldn't
too
be
old for that
exciting.
shit.
I mean, he's been too old for that shit.
That's what I'm saying.
since
When
the
is he
first
not
one.
like
Too old for that shit.
fuck?
Yeah, he's really gonna be old for that shit.
Joe Pesci.
Y'all
too.
remember the TV series that they did? The
Yes,
remake TV series?
yes, where they switched out the Mel Gibson character because the dude was a huge asshole, and then
Yeah,
it just
and
shit
it
the
was-
bed right after that. They were done.
Damon Wayans Jr.
Yeah, that was the other dude that was the problem.
Yeah. Oh man. All right. We're getting near the end here. I thought it was interesting though. So Pedro Pascal came out and confirmed that now he only voices Mando.
Yeah, I did see that. I did. That was the last thing that I actually had.
He said before he
That was
wore
always the case.
No, he wore the costumes and everything for like maybe the first 2 seasons or
Yeah.
some shit, but now he confirmed that he just does the voice. I guess he said this is a direct quote from him. He said there was an extended amount of experimentation being in the suit for a lot of it, and frankly, my body wasn't up for the task as far as like the 4 months of it. But now we figured it out. It gave me the opportunity to be able to go and do something else. So like they figured they don't need him, now, especially now he's not taking off his fucking helmet,
Right.
That
kind of
so-
bums
And if
me
he
out a little
does-
bit though.
You only got to be there for that one scene,
Facts.
and then
It's-
he puts
but
his
it's
helmet
kinda-
right back on, and it's over.
I mean, I get it. I really do, but it kind of sucks to
Yeah.
know that, that's not really Pedro Pascal.
Yeah.
Like, it's,
I don't know why it shouldn't. It doesn't affect
It
the
shouldn't.
story. It doesn't affect the production. Like it's literally
No.
just all in our heads. But it bugs me too. Now that I know that,
Honestly,
I liked knowing that Pedro Pascal was in there.
Facts.
I don't know why, but it made me feel better. And now knowing that he's not, I feel like I'm kind of getting gypped. Like knowing
I assumed
that
that he wasn't doing it for the most of the time.
like watching the Power Rangers when you were a kid. Those were just Asian stunt actors from Asian shows in there when they were wearing
Right.
the Power Ranger stuff. I liked
Finding
thinking
that
that the
out.
Power Rangers were in there. And once I found out that they weren't, I was fucking bummed. I was like, what a jip. This is bullshit.
Did he do it the whole time?
Yeah, I mean, aside from the action and stuff, we were led to believe. They never said that, this was he had a stuntman that would do stunt shit, but like the majority, we were told that was Pedro Pascal in there.
Who were we told by?
Pedro Pascal.
Disney. We saw the behind the scenes.
Yeah, there was
stuff.
behind the scene, but like, yeah, I mean, he talked about doing a lot of that stuff, so like that's why we were all like, all right, cool. Like, I get having to bring in a stuntman. That's Hollywood. What are you gonna do? But now he's like, yeah, that's not even me in there. I'm just, I
Like,
got other
at
shit
all?
to do. I'm saving fucking Bella Ramsey. I got other shit on
Like, I
my
have
plate,
so
guys.
much-
I'm gonna just iPhone record these messages and phone my voice in for Mando.
I'm much more famous now. I'm much
We
more
need to be
famous now,
more
guys.
Specific on this question because ChatGPT is saying that he did not play the character the whole time.
We know Chat GPT
Bro,
is full of
what
shit.
the
What have
fuck?
we learned the last couple weeks?
Chat GPT doesn't know a damn thing.
And now I'm convinced.
Now I'm just gonna say season 1.
Season 1, maybe season 2,
Season
definitely
one,
because
he wore the Mandalorian costume for the majority of season 1. But there were certain scenes that required a stunt double or a body double. But he was primarily responsible for portraying the character and delivering the performance. Let's do that again and say season 2. He was not always in the costume for season 2.
Right. But he was in the costume.
There were instances he was not physically present for certain action scenes or physically demanding scenes. Body double was used. Performance and voice acting remained an integral part. It keeps on saying the same thing for all of them, pretty much.
Because he was in the suit for all of them.
Yeah. Well, now he's confirmed at least that last season. I'm sure he wasn't in it. And moving forward, more than likely, he's not going to be in that.
I know how he moves.
I mean, I get it.
I knew
as
that
an
wasn't
actor,
Pedro.
as you know, with these actors, I understand, especially now that his stardom is like really starting to rise. But it's just, as a fan, it's just like, it sucks to see Mando and be like, oh, that's.
Wish they wouldn't have told us that.
Right.
It would have been okay
like,
just not knowing and just kept thinking that it was fucking and
like,
everything would have been good.
Why? I just like why would it be him?
Because he's Mando. The fuck do you mean?
What
kind of question is that?
As you mentioned, he never removes his helmet. Like, why would he play that?
The physicality.
doesn't
Pedro
have to?
Pascal brings a physicality to his roles that
Does
just any
he?
old stunt schmuck
Yeah.
cannot do.
Does
yes,
he,
The
though?
same
he
way.
does.
The same way I'm mad about James Earl Jones not being in that costume.
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Like,
Darth Vader is
it's
nothing
just
but a
typical
poser
Star
ass
Wars.
pussy.
Like,
Yeah. He should have lost the weight. He should have been more of an actor
Actor.
and played the fucking role.
Yeah. Agreed. What are you gonna do though?
yeah, that tracks.
What are you gonna do?
Dude, that's
guys.
why I hate Darth Vader.
That's why I hate James Earl
never.
Jones. Son of a bitch.
No, he's we love James Earl Jones.
No, I have on-site beef with James Earl Jones.
He's a listener of the
Goes
pod. We have a lot of respect for that man.
That's
so.
facts. That's facts. He
Listener of
reached
the
out
show.
to me not
We
too long
respect
ago,
you.
actually, and he was like, "Hey,
Yeah.
keep fucking on that pod." And I was like, "All right,
Yeah.
James."
David?
Word.
Keep
I call
fucking.
him Jim.
You call him Jim. For some reason, I think he goes by James.
I know, but I call him Jim. He normally does go by James.
That's why he
but
can't stand
that's-
you. I guess I get it.
Well, that's how close we are.
All right, guys. Do you have anything to add to this stellar conversation?
I got nothing, Holmes.
Nothing
No,
that
the only
can.
thing I was fucking with was platonic, but we talked about that already. So
Yeah, we fucking with platonic.
I gotta
for
jump
sure.
on the platonic train, fellas. I'm fucking up.
It's good. It's good. Not to. The one part where I laughed out loud is because they were searching, or they were house hunting or something, and anyway, I don't even want to ruin it for Dave, but
Thank you.
yeah. Anyway, yeah.
that
Let's
whole
just move
house
on.
hunting scene was
That
hilarious.
yeah, that shit literally made me laugh out loud.
the guy, not the real estate agent, but the guy that was with her, the I guess owner of the house or whatever.
Yeah.
That's her husband in physical.
Was it?
I'm pretty sure that's the same guy that plays her husband in physical.
No.
Ash loves physical.
Physical is hilarious, bro.
Yeah, that's a great show.
Now I gotta look this up because I did not notice that was him.
Maybe they just look alike because people look the same.
It's like, oh shit, now I'm on the spot.
No, I'm on the spot.
Crackers
I feel
look
like it's
alike.
not. But that's how I saw it. I was like, oh shit, look at that, playing the minor character. I love it.
No, I don't think that's him. Not at all. Rory Scovel. Let's check out his. No, he's not in that. At least he's not listed as that, as being on there.
Then I'm wrong.
You are wrong. That never happens. So we're just gonna end on a high
Oh
note.
yeah, let's end on a high note. We got him, fellas. We got him till next week.
Done.
Guys, thank you for making it this far into the episode. If you made it this far, you fuck with us or we fuck with you. Remember to rate, review, subscribe to the podcast if you haven't already done so. If you're watching us on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button and, give us a like. Same thing. Let us know how much you liked or did not like the show. Remember to go cop your gear. Go to insensitivemerch.com. Stay drippy with Drippy. I think, we're all wearing-
rocking that insensitive merch. It's the first time ever, I think, honestly.
We're all rocking some
Which is
insensitive
wild.
merch right now. So, but guys, more than anything, thank you for tuning in this week. We'll catch you next week. We love you. Peace.
I really am confident about that. I don't know why, but it's just a feeling.